Hello, hello everybody. I seen this video pop up when I was re-listening to Lolita Requiem. And I'm like, huh, what's this? I listened to it and I decided it's time to torment Mizu.
Just so we're clear, chat, this is Lumi's fault.
It is my fault.
Entirely, 100%.
It
So
is.
if you don't like the choice of video, you can blame them.
Yes, yes you can. Because I need to torment Mizu every once in a while. Since, sometimes I get information on people I didn't know that existed. And then I'm like, oh, well, I wish I didn't know this person existed. Thank you, Mizu. Hello,
But this one is
Carlos.
entirely on Lumi. You
It
guys can't
is.
blame me for this one. I have also not seen this video at all. I'm going in entirely blind. Lumi has, I think you said you saw it?
I did watch it because I was curious to see just how much of an idiot this person is. And oh boy, howdy. Oh boy. So bad.
Okay, chat, because we have to get this out of the way. Because I know everybody's gonna fucking say it. I can already see some people in my chat saying it. We do not insult people based on their looks. However, if you were to ask me to draw a police sketch of a pedophile, this would probably be what I come up with.
It doesn't help. He has the glasses, he has the hair, he has the stash. It doesn't help.
Discount Weird Al.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
we will
bad.
not be insulting their looks
Nope.
for the rest of the video,
Nope.
but I would be remiss if I didn't say that as soon as I opened this video, the first thing I thought was, God, he just looks the part.
I mean, again, Kiyomi said that right away. Also, the wife beater shirt, yeah.
Yeah, who wears wife beaters?
I don't know. Oh, God.
Look, I grew up in redneck country, and even, like, rednecks don't wear wife beaters anymore. It's so out of style, rednecks don't wear it.
Yeah. The only time I see, the only time that
Isn't the
I see
symbol on the wife
people,
beater something? I'm
I
pretty sure it's
don't know,
just from a video game.
or a brand, who knows. When did Lumi become Lolly Lumi? I've had this model for a while. I just
Lalumi.
I just break it out whenever the time arises, and right now is one of those times.
What does he sound like? Oh god, you guys are in for just... Oh my god. As soon as I opened this video, like, because, YouTube just autoplays, I was immediately like, oh fuck. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be painful. And I am not sorry ahead of time.
I couldn't hear him over the mullet.
But it's like, okay, everybody, just to remind people, because I know some people are probably gonna go to this video. Don't be mean, don't be an
Yep.
asshole. If you're going to argue, argue with purpose, not just to throw insults out.
Also, most of the time, just don't argue. It's not worth your time.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
Sorry, not in the mood for pain lately. Too much stress. I was thinking today was gonna be Anno. I kind of diverted paths a bit, but this is funny pain, not pain.
Also, today was gonna be Baldur's Gate.
I pre-planned Anno for just in case because
What
things
is...
see what
Nothing.
it's like I had a premonition and I was correct, but then I seen this video, so then I changed course again.
Lumi just insists on our pain.
Yes, I do.
The insults make
Remember,
my brain
don't
stop
be
hurting.
mean. Not me. Not me, though. No habla inglés. What's the stretch goal to get Lumi to sing Lolly Requiem? When I can afford to get a halfway decent music video. So, it probably won't be for like another year until I start putting cover funding up. And plus, I need to retrain my voice. It's been a hot fucking minute.
I don't sing.
We'll make you sing one of these days.
My voice is horrific. And I have no voice control.
Cute and funny Lumi. Yes, cute and funny Lumi. She's rare to break out, but she's fun to use. Alright. Are you ready for absolute fucking pain, Mizu?
I'm as ready as I can be.
Alright, let me...
Hopefully the sound is fine.
Well, let me know.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Creepy, creepy, heinous, horrible things are ahead of us in today's
Okay,
video,
can
and
we
I'm
pause?
smiling out of
We have to get the insults out early, chat, because we cannot let it cloud our judgment. We can't let the insults cloud our judgment, so we have to get them out early. He has the, like, pedophile lisp. Like, that weird, semi-high-pitched, lispy voice. Like...
No bullying, everybody.
We just have to get it out early, chat, and then it's done. We can't talk about it the rest of the time.
This is your grace period. This is your grace period.
After this, we have to be good little fish. we can't insult him.
Can I offer y'all a wood chipper in these trying times? Dude, it sounds like a 70s movie. Oh no. Gingers don't have
Jay.
souls. No, they don't. Looks like Weird Al hit on some hard times. Like, bro looks like he's on probation. Does he know what a soy farmer looks like?
Jay, thank you for the raid. You probably should not have sent people here. But you know, whatever torture you want to inflict on your followers, I will allow them to share in it.
Hi, Salon. Is this guy from The Silence of the Lambs? Inbred Daniel Radcliffe, no! Bros on a list teacher required by law to tell the whole neighborhood about it. AI are not so creepy, at least not.
We saw you were watching a bread tuber with a bad mullet, and I was like, let's go check that out.
The Weasley they put up for adoption! Okay.
Somebody says I can't unsee the Radcliffe now.
Daywalker.
He's the one they were warning you about in the South Park episode.
Short
with
bus
all the red-haired
Weasley,
kids.
no. I'd rather listen to AI voices than the squeaky. Cue the sex offender shuffle. Destiny on estrogen.
Once Idub stole that look, we all knew it was over. Why does he have a nose ring?
I don't know.
Some people like septum piercings. They normally don't look good on anybody, though, just so we're all clear. You can have one, nobody finds them attractive.
Is that Brokeback Mountain on his arm? Oh no.
I can't tell what it is. Oh god, if it is, that's... Oh. Why would you put that on your arm?
I don't know. Also, it's not even just a septum piercing. He has both sides of his nose pierced too. Gotta pick one side, my guy, otherwise it just looks trashy.
Here, guy, I know you guys can't see it because Lumi's here, so I'm gonna scoot Lumi over for just a second. But it looks like on his other arm here, he's got a tattoo of, like, down in the corner here. Is that like a Aristotle or a Plato or something? Like, what's going on there?
I don't know.
Why is there just a tattoo of an old guy on his arm?
I'm sure we'll see more of his arms as he moves his arms around, because he speaks with his hands a lot. Very emotive.
Thinking about that, I should probably let's flip the Lumi and put the Lumi over here so people can get a better view of the screen. There we go. I'm good.
The face you see outside your second-story bedroom window. Jesus Christ.
He knows they make color for tattoos, right? Look, if you're gonna get like tons of tattoos, at some point you need to start doing coloring, at least a little bit.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Your guys' grace period for making fun of this man has now concluded. We can continue as we pause to discuss.
No more physical insults, guys.
Yes, no
Be
more
good.
physical insults, everybody. It is opinionated insults from here on out. Alright.
Sheer awkwardness, because when I was shown a TikTok about this subject matter today, I was in sheer disbelief for the rabbit hole I was about to spend the next 5 days going down. Dear goodness, oh golly no, is how I would sum up this whole video. But here we are.
I just realized
and
he's
I
British.
need to share
Yes, he
this
is.
burden with the internet. This very song and the creator featured in it have a oh so very dark, horrible reality and backstory. Shigure Ui. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, but that's how I'm gonna say it for this whole video. Zooey mama. But before we get into this hell pit of a conversation, let me introduce myself. My name is Cowder's Life, and on this channel we do video essays discussing things we see on the internet, and then we all discuss it as a team down in the comment section below. So if that does sound like fun for you, please feel free to subscribe, as we're trying to beat this here old ratio. Yoo-hoo! Words of inspiration! Yeah, and if you're not new here, hello again,
I
team.
hate
It's
it.
me, it's still me, it's still Cal. Yes, sirree. And at the end of this video, I will be showing you some of my favourite
Oh no,
figures
he's a
from my
FNAF
Bonnie
fan.
collection. I love FNAF. FNAF loves me. We're one happy family. Anyways, we digress. What's up with that? Lolicons, Shigure Ui. Let's discuss this cesspit of a topic. First, we need to start at the very beginning. What is loli culture and why is it so controversial? The term loli is derived from lolicon, short for a Lolita complex, a concept which is originating from Japan that is heavily inspired
I'm gonna pause here. It's like, okay, when someone brings up the definition of loli or where it comes from, I don't get why people pull it up on screen but not actually read it.
Yeah. There's also the fact that everybody's like, they never read the definition and they never talk about the definition. They always say, well, this is where it originates from.
Yeah,
You would be surprised to find out a lot of words you use today originate from something that you probably wouldn't want to be connected to.
and it's like, okay, I will read the definition on screen since he fails to. I know the majority of you guys in chat know what loli and lolicon is. But for those who might be joining in, I will read it. What is lolicon? The lolicon genre emerged in Japan during the 1970s, inspired by the works of artists such as Hideo Azuma and Ken Akamatsu. It features sexually suggestive or explicit content depicting fictional, childlike characters, often in manga, anime, or related media. Its origins lie in a complex interplay of cultural, artistic, and social factors within Japan's broader manga and anime landscape. The term is a Japanese contraction of Lolita complex, which warrants a little unpacking.
I'm wondering where they got this from specifically.
I don't
Because it looks
know.
like it's from a blog of some sort.
I have
Because that's definitely
never
not the
seen
Wikipedia
this.
page.
Yeah, I have never seen this this exact definition before.
I mean, people are right. They got the 1970s bit right. Although, I think it existed a little before that. I could be wrong.
Who knows? He might have put this through an AI prompt and asked, "What is a lolicon?"
Doesn't Lolita complex come from the book Lolita? It does, I think.
I don't know
I'm
which came
unsure.
first. It's like the entire thing is muddy on which came first, the book or the meaning, but the book is not Japanese. It's like what, Russian, I believe.
Yeah.
The book is Russian, so you got to take that into consideration as well.
Oh, we're not talking about if Lolita it came out before Lolicon. It's if the term Lolita existed before the book.
The book is Spanish. No, I seen that it originated from Russia.
Yeah, it's Russian.
Yeah.
It's God, I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the book is Russian.
Russian
Anyways,
American. It's
yeah.
something like that. All I know is that it wasn't a Mexican that wrote it. It was a Russian of some complex, whatever.
And the big point with this is that a word's origins don't really mean anything.
The term Lolita also existed in France and Spain. Yeah, it's like a culture can have one word and it can mean so many different things in a bunch of other cultures. So it's not a fair argument to say this book is from Russia, but Japan also has this word, so it must mean the exact same thing.
Yeah. Like there's plenty of words we borrowed from like Japan that we typically have like a nicer interpretation of, but in Japan it's like pretty negative, like just straight across the board.
Mm.
Because that's what happens when words travel across borders. The meaning gets lost, and a new meaning is kind of slotted in its place.
Mm. Alright, let us continue.
Lolita complex, a concept which is originating from Japan that is heavily inspired by the book Lolita. And in this book, a man with a fully formed brain, a grown man, a great aged man that can do...
It's like, gonna go back a little. What
Yeah, it's
if the
Vladimir
name of
Nabokov.
Vladimir Nabokov sounds Japanese to you at all? Vladimir Nabokov, yeah, it's very Japanese sounding name.
I want to hear his summary of this book, because you know he hasn't read it.
You know what? I never actually... The only convincing love story of our century, Vanity Fair.
What does that mean, Vanity Fair?
Vanity Fair. What do you mean by that?
What does that mean? I'm curious now. I want to read that review. I want to know exactly what they mean by that.
Okay, let's continue.
Book, a man with a fully formed brain, a grown man, a great aged man that can do it all, drink, drive, read, write, vote, becomes madly obsessed with a minor. Wee woo, your moral and ethical alarm bells should be sirening. And that minor girl happens to be called Lolita. She's like 12.
Incorrect. Her name is not Lolita.
So he definitely did not read the book.
Nope. If anything...
Lolita's the nickname the main character gives to her.
And also, like, I think he just got the spark notes of the book.
Yeah. Like this... Also, the way he's saying it kind of makes it sound like he thinks the book is a promotion of that.
It's not.
It's an examination of the main character's, like, delusional creepiness.
Mm.
I don't know what he thinks.
To be fair, I'd be afraid to buy Lolita from Amazon. It's like, if the book is available to buy, no one is going to fucking side-eye you. Do you know how many controversial books people buy just so they can examine it and put out, like, you know, oh, look at this, this, and this. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Salon. This more soyed out Ian Joma impersonator is conflating Nabokov's Lolita with the loli. Color me shocked with crayons that this is the people that then turn around working for Prostasia Foundation.
Oh, you got another one right after that.
And thank you for the 5 Canadian Beard Master.
Tinnerman!
This guy looks like a grown-up Scott Tenorman from South Park. Apparently eating his own parents did a lot of damage to him. Oh, God.
Technically, her name is Lolita because that's a nickname for girls named Dolores in Spain. Look, we get the Spain thing. This was made by a Russian.
Yeah, this was a Russian man.
Doesn't the underage girl end up ruining the narrator guy and ditching him? I vaguely remember some discussion around it.
Oh, hello,
The
Azahara.
the book is kind of the main character retelling his experience with this girl that he's obsessed with in court and trying to like justify himself to the court.
It's like, okay, all right, everybody. I will put up like a stupid little dono goal, and like I'll probably do this probably in the next couple months. Since Twitch has a new section for reading books, I will say like $200, and I will read Lolita on stream, and we can discuss. Then people can't say, oh, well, I didn't read this, so I'm just gonna look up bip. No, we will read it together as a family.
You know what, guys? Get Lumi to that 200. No, add 50 more to it. Get her to 250, and I will join. We will have book club.
250. We'll have book club together. We will read Lolita.
Yeah, 50 is your stretch goal. 200, you get book club. 50 more, you get book club with me.
Yes. I will put up that stretch goal probably when I get back from my minor hiatus.
Don't say minor.
A little hiatus for like a week and a half.
You gotta choose your words carefully, Lemmy.
Shut up. But yes, for $250, we will do a book club in reading Lolita.
I want a stretch goal for the foot club.
God damn it. No. For 300, get Arch in on this party. You know what? Fucking bet. I will get Arch on this party if we get 300. Hello, Tori. How are you?
Okay, let's continue with his bad summary.
Yes.
And thus the term lolicon came about. It is often used in anime and manga to describe the attraction to characters who are, or at least resemble, young.
Hold on. I'll keep the example showing to a minimum for this, as it feels morally wrong showcasing this type of content, but here's a more tame example.
Again, this is one of those things where it's like, you think this is CSAM, but you still post pictures of it.
And also, like, see the girls? A manga-style depiction of young girls wearing lingerie. This isn't lingerie. This is it doesn't
it's
look
underwear.
like... It's just underwear. It's not lingerie.
This is from Wikipedia, though.
It is.
I recognize the way the link is set up. Or some type of wiki site.
Mm-hmm.
Lolicon artwork blends childlike characters with erotic undertones. Not necessarily, no.
I hate this.
It's intended to just be cute. I'll also point out that it's not 100% exactly how Lolita Complex moved to Lolicon. Like, there's nobody in the world except like the first tiny little group of people to come up with the word that have any idea what it was intended to mean.
Oh, thank
There's
you,
no
cool
like
dudes.
hard documentation of it.
Cool dudes gave me 20 Canadians. Here, have some money towards tormenting Arch. I will note that down. Hold on, let me pull up my sticky notes.
No, chat, that's technically underwear. Those are bloomers.
Oh no, gold towards reading Lolita. $20.
Do you think this guy will bring up the legal lolly subsection of the genre? I highly doubt it.
I know, we'll see. Because my brain, like, completely wiped most of this from my brain after I was done watching it, because I was just so disappointed.
I don't doubt at some point he's gonna say 1,000-year-old semen demon.
Is it gonna be member only? No, it's not gonna be member only, because it's gonna be crowdfunded. So it will be available for everybody.
We can all suffer together.
Alright, let's continue.
Girls. But no, Cal, she's a 4,000-year-old wizard. Shut up!
Hey,
That's me spraying you with, like, pesticide, you absolute... Ugh.
I called it
Oh,
immediately.
thank you, Samuel. Bully arts because we bully those we care about. Thank you for the 20. Let me type that down. Another 20. I can
By the
feel
way,
this.
chat, stay on topic. We're
Yes.
not deviating tonight.
Ew. Ugh. Anyway, back to the point. In anime and manga, these characters are often depicted as like childlike, with large eyes, and like exaggerated youthful features. But in
Can we pause real
absolute
quick?
contrast, these characters...
Yeah.
Where did this idea come from that children have giant eyes?
I don't
I hear this
know.
all the time where people are like, oh, you know, lollies are clearly meant to be children because they have big eyes. Have you seen a child before? Do you think they have giant anime eyes? Like, the fuck are you talking about? Where did you all get this idea that children just have these massive, like, weird anime eyes? That's just all anime characters have those big eyes. That's just a
Yeah.
style for the anime. That's not what real children look like. I don't understand where you guys got that from. Like, you've clearly never seen an actual child before. Like, you don't have, like, a little brother or sister, or, like, nobody in your family has, like, a newborn or something. I don't understand how you don't know what a kid looks like.
Ugh.
It's literally just a cartoon thing. That's not how kids look.
It's an old anime trope. The giant eyes indicate purity, while villains usually have narrow eyes. Exactly.
Yeah. Narrow eyes make you look a bit more sinister.
Yeah. And also, like, this is pointed out, we're not even 3 minutes into this video.
Yeah, this is painful. We continue.
We continue.
are then used in romantic or even sometimes sexual settings, which clearly, to everybody not in this fandom, raises significant ethical and moral and safeguarding concerns. But no, Cal, it's
No,
a
it doesn't.
cartoon. What is it a cartoon of? What is it a cartoon of? What is it a cartoon of? I don't... Has logic left the whole chat? I don't care if it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon
I don't
of a
care if it's a
cartoon.
drawing. It's still there, and what is it a drawing of? Use empathy, use logic. Where is safeguarding? Wee woo, wee woo. Oh my god, this
Can we
stresses
pause
me out. You're probably
again?
gonna see me very stressed in this.
What is he talking about safeguarding? Like, he's said it twice now, and he's just like, what is safeguarding? It's like, yeah, what is safeguarding? Can you please explain that?
Oh, he will.
Also, then, yeah, somebody mentioned the empathy thing. He says have empathy. It's like, empathy with what? The drawing?
Don't forget. According to some VTuber guys, specifically in Hollow Live, you gotta ask the character's consent before you can lewd them.
Yeah, like, I don't... People always do this. You need to have empathy. You need to have understanding. Empathy and understanding for who? It's a drawing. Why do I need empathy? Who am I empathizing with specifically? Please point them out. And then there's always this thing with well, what's it a drawing of? And what they would want you to say is it's a drawing of a child, so then they can say, so you're looting your representation of a child. It's like, okay, let's pretend that matters. What are the depictions of the characters of people in Grand Theft Auto of? They're depictions of human beings. So you willingly go around slaughtering hundreds of human beings. What do we need to apply empathy and safeguarding here? Do we need to believe that you are like a danger? You might be a mass shooter? I don't understand.
People are fucking Stupid. And also, hold on, Tori put let's see. Tori in a box said, ethical fuck off. Logic, yeah, try telling legit victims that drawings are the same as getting railed by chomos. As one myself, I can say this is a load of BS and it just pisses me off. Birdie, been mass reported and banned on Twitter for drawing loli as catharsis. For what I gone through, thanks Elon. Yeah, and it's like, it's all stupid. And it's like, I don't know. People will always be stupid and wanting to advocate for drawings, which is just, oh god. So
have empathy for the drawing.
Have empathy for the drawings. Hello, Mason. Thank you for the 10. Take my money. Take it all. I am broke.
I am broke.
I will add yours to the
pool.
fun, the money pool. Oh yeah, I should probably tell Arch that he's gonna get pulled into this if we get to the 300. What do you think? These kind of people always get outed for being involved in consuming or creating the real stuff? Yeah, Mizu has a very good detector when it comes to people, and he's been 100% so far.
I am bizarrely correct about people.
It's horrifying.
Continue?
Yes.
In this video, but it's one I feel we should cover and tackle as a team. Lolicon really does just blur the lines of innocence and like inappropriate objectification. One of the most like significant.
Why do you show things and never actually fucking read it, you stupid? Okay, anyways.
Why are you
for the 1 month?
Why are you showing off Comic Low specifically when you're saying this?
I don't know.
What does this have to do with your point other than showing that like more Lolicon stuff exists? He did the same thing when he was showing Shigeru talking about stuff. In the background, she was talking about Comic Low specifically.
Yeah, it's like he shows all these quote-unquote examples, but when he never actually reads it, because, you know, when it comes to long-ass videos like this, no one is looking at it and going to read everything. Most of the time, people are just going to be listening to it. So you gotta read this shit out. So for people who are listening to us, I will read this for you. Comic Low, abbreviated as LOW, is a Japanese lolicon-focused erotic manga magazine. The magazine has been published by Akane Shinsha since October 2002, released on September 20th, 2002, and was published irregularly until May 2004, when it became a monthly magazine. The LO stands for Lolita only, reflecting its focus on fictional young or young-looking girl characters. Alright.
Yeah, it's just an example of a comic in Japan. I don't know why you're showing this. It doesn't do anything for your point.
Nope. Alright, let us continue.
Inappropriate objectification. One of the most like significant
can't objectify a drawing, it is an object.
Culture and content is that it typically infantilizes women, portraying them as submissive, innocent.
Okay, do you know how many women want to be submissive, my guy? The lollies are objectifying women.
Also, like, the most prominent, like, lolicon media is always, like, girls that are very sexually forward.
Yeah.
That it's typically with like lolly stuff, it's the exact opposite of other anime girls, where instead of being like weak and submissive, they're always very forward and know what they want.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And
it makes women submissive. What the fuck does that mean?
The fact that he said, "Oh, I went down a 5-day rabbit hole." Apparently, you weren't paying attention very well.
I'm just so confused. Some of the shit he says just immediately blows my mind.
Masugaki has become popular in the last years. Yeah. Yes, it has. So what does this guy think of Shota? Oh god, I don't think I want to know his opinion on Shota.
Oh, they'll never talk about Shota because little boys deserve it.
Alright, let's continue.
And childlike, which of course can feed into unhealthy stereotypes and power dynamics. This whole time researching this whole thing, I was like,
Unhealthy stereotypes and power dynamics. Do you know how many women have rape fantasies, my guy?
Also,
lot.
I mentioned this with a lot of people. If you
Mhm.
are that heavily influenced by the fictional media you watch, there was something literally wrong in your head. And that's not me insulting you. We know for a fact that the only people that have trouble with that distinction do have something wrong with their head.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is not my fault if you can't tell the difference. That's a you problem.
Special kind of stupid. Special kind of stupid.
Yeah.
like, are people that are engaging in this content just going without any degree of like ethics? The adultization of youth,
Of course.
or the infantilization of adults. It's this whole weird cesspit, and it's incredibly problematic.
Okay, did he ignore the
His
in
appearance.
brackets appearance?
Also, I don't care if she is 9 or not. It's a drawing.
It's a drawing.
The
She's
drawing
fake.
is officially 0 years old.
Thank you for the 2. Why do these guys all look the same? I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's like it's got to be genetic, right?
Probably.
Like this specific opinion has to be genetic.
I know this is mean, but this dude shouldn't be talking about the subject with that stash.
Seriously, dude, fucking shave that thing. That's
Hello,
friendly
Salon.
advice. Shave that thing. Or
Please
grow out a
bring-
beard.
Please bring me a birth certificate and missing person report, Mr. Internet, virtuous, good person. Also, feet. Shut up, Salon.
Also, I'd like to point out that a figure of a 9-year-old character in a bathing suit is available to buy. Do you think children shouldn't be allowed to wear bathing suits? Like, it's a genuine question. Like, I'm not gonna lie that plenty of lolicons would look at this and immediately ooh. But if a normal person looks at this, they're just like, oh, cute character.
Mm-hmm.
Why is your jump to, oh, if the 9-year-old's in a swimsuit, she's asking for it? Like, what the fuck is wrong with
Jesus.
you?
Got a couple, another super in a membership. Shadow Walker, thank you for the re-up on your membership. Calling it now, he's a male feminist, glad to be here for like a month. Happy to have you here for like a month. And thank you for the 2, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm so sorry, so I'm gonna say Shala. Thank you, Shala, for the 2. The only rights lollies have are copyrights. Exactly.
That's clever.
Shala. Hell yeah, I got it right. Also, Lum Lum, can't stop looking at your model. It's so cute. Oh, thank you. Envy did such a good job with this model. Hold on, I'm gonna quick show her off real quick. It's like this is the full model. Cute little tail and everything. She's so cute, and I love her so much. Cute and funny. Lumi is cute and funny.
It's tame even as far as lollies and swimsuits go. Yeah. Like, there is so much worse you could show off. Especially with the new Shupagaki model coming out next year.
Twitch compliant hips protected. Yes, I thought ahead. All variation of Lumi has her hips covered. It's okay.
I've thought even further ahead than Lumi, so I made sure my little sailor top covers over my shoulders.
Gonna have to draw it once I finish Arch's new comp. Oh, I look forward to it. I haven't browsed too deep into your media. I'm going to have to. But I definitely look forward to seeing how you draw lollies. Lum Lum's model is going to end up on a milk carton in this guy's kitchen. Samuel, thank you for the 5. Whenever he walks by, he causes people's phones to give off Amber Alerts.
Come on, guys. We got the insults out early.
Oh, God.
We continue.
Yes.
Of adults. It's this whole weird cesspit, and it's incredibly problematic because it encourages objectification of young girls and minors in real life. It does. Stop saying it doesn't, because it
Pause
does.
it. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield Hayes in Tokyo says Japan is still considered one of the world's centers for the exchange and consumption of images of child sexual abuse. Crimes related to child sexual abuse have been repeatedly on the rise in Japan. Police uncovered 1,644 cases last year, about 10 times higher than a decade ago. More than half of the cases involved sharing or selling photos or videos over the internet, police said.
I mean, that.
So,
Okay, one.
it's important to understand why specifically this is. It's because it used to not be a crime for certain ages, and the age of like consent for that kind of media has increased in Japan. So it's 10 times higher because they're finding old images that used to be legal.
Yep.
This is what happened with the Rurouni Kenshin guy, that he had media like that was legal when he bought it, but is now no longer legal because they increased the age. And we can talk about whether or not like they should have ever had it to begin with, but the fact of the matter is it was legal, it's now not legal, and they're finding people that just still had it left over. That's where the increasing cases came from. Yes, when you criminalize something new, the number of crimes in that sphere skyrocket because people don't know.
And
It's like when you criminalized when we criminalized like drinking and we had prohibition, the number of people getting arrested for drinking skyrocketed like 10,000% because now it's illegal. Duh.
And it's like, as you can, like, a couple people already pointed this out already. Nowhere in this does it say anything about loli imagery.
Yeah.
It's just real children getting hurt here. And also, besides the age of consent being changed in Japan, also the higher use of internet contributes to all this as well. Because before, you had to sneak around and get this shit either delivered to you or you went out to location to get the images. The internet fucked up a lot because people can, easily exchange this shit now. So, of course it's going to increase.
That, and I would also point out that despite what the article says, it doesn't actually show this in comparison to other countries.
Correct.
So in comparison to other countries, and this is going to blow this dude's fucking mind, Japan is actually still the lowest rates of child sexual abuse. It is lower than almost every single European nation. And it is even lower than America. So I don't know, like, where you get off, dude, on this, but this is just something you Googled really quick, and you were like, well, this article says it's one of the world centers for it, so, you know.
Let's see, and Hardus said, dude didn't read the entire context. Japan tried to ban loli and it didn't solve anything. The UN representative had to admit on the world stage that the ban didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
yeah,
fun fact,
the UN representative that tried to get it banned in Japan eventually had to step down from the Child Protection Council because he had a bunch of child porn. Really?
Yeah.
What the
He was
fuck?
forced to step down because he got caught with a bunch of CSAM.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's almost like people that try and portray themselves as like the ultimate the ultimate advocate tend to use it to cover for doing bad stuff.
Let's see. Tori in a box says, I'd also like to add South Korea's case of child abuse skyrocketed after they banned the fictional porn. That is insane. I don't know. Alright, let us continue. We're not even 5 minutes into this 30-minute video. Oh, God.
Normalizes weird things. And like I said, one of the most common things you'll see in this when you start researching this topic is enjoyers of this type of content often will say, well, Cal, since the content is fictional and drawn and made up from our minds, it is not hurting anybody real. Yes, but you still conjured it from your mind. It's still a stimulus that you're enjoying. If you, an adult, big grown up, allowed to vote, drink, go out and drive, are conjuring up thoughts and enjoying things of a child in compromised adult scenes, doing adulty things, doing intimate things. Do I have to make this more clear? Just doing things that adults do, and you're getting off to that, and you're thinking, yeah, that's good. That's
You're not
good
making an
stuff for
argument.
me.
You're just saying,
No.
I think it's morally
Oh
best.
no.
That's just
This
thought
can't
crimes.
ever be perceived as okay. It really can't.
Yes,
It's
but
really
insert straw
troubling
man.
and not okay.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry if I just sound like some annoying substitute teacher just coming in being like, class, we need to listen, but team, class, we do this. This is just sheer degeneracy within humanity. Such portrayals.
Wanna know what's degeneracy in humanity? OnlyFans whores. That's degeneracy.
Also, your argument is just literally every conservative boomer from like the 40s.
Yeah.
We can't allow these gosh darn homosexuals to run rampant like this. Man was not meant to lay with man. It's just degeneracy, and if we allow that, it's going to be a slippery slope to something else. Like that's all he's doing, and he's not making an argument. He's just saying, "Do I have to like make an argument for this? You should just know it's bad." It's like, yes, you do have to make an argument for it.
Hold on, did
If you are making the video, you have to make an argument for it.
my bot tricks chat not up this whole time? Wow, cringe. I'll throw that. There we go. Mr. Mackey sounding.
Yeah, but Mr. Mackey's kind of funny.
Yeah. Hold on. GekTC says me proving how normal of a person I am by vividly describing being a pedo to people that never had these thoughts.
Yeah, the way he describes it comes off super fucking weird.
Yeah.
We continue.
Yes.
Can and will normalize the sexualization of young girls.
No.
You can't just say it can and will. You have to have a real reason behind that.
There's already been studies on this.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I said a minute ago, like when I was joking about the homosexual thing. That's always the argument, is that it's a slippery slope. And here's the reality, right? The slippery slope for everything is real. But the slippery slope in itself is not an argument. Because everything you do will always lead to somebody saying, well, if they got that, why don't I get this? That's just the way people are. But that's not an excuse to not allow things that should be legal to stay legal. It's the same with like drugs, because you hear this all the time. If we legalize weed, then people are going to want to do meth. Yeah, some people are going to want to do that. That doesn't mean we shouldn't legalize weed.
Mm.
It's a non-argument, because the slippery slope exists for everything. Anything you want to do is a slippery slope to the next thing.
Yep. Guy's a special type of student, I swear. Hello again, Samuel. Thank you for the 5. I'm going to sleep. Keep it up. You can put all $35 onto Bullying Arch. Will do. I'll probably just take all the super chats from this one stream and put it towards the
Book
Jono
club.
pool. We'll put it in the Lolita pool. Please know that's how. Let's see. Shadow Walker. What did Shadow Walker say? Okay.
He says just tax it.
Oh, just tax it. Tori said, please know that's how Australia got alcohol that costs an arm and a leg more than almost everywhere else. Jeez. Looking forward to the day this dude secret CSAM stash gets dropped. Also, hi Lum Lum. Hello, Chaos Gang.
We continue.
Yes.
Which in turn will desensitize viewers to real-world issues of exploitation and child abuse. An example of how lolicon content and consuming it is problematic is it because it desensitizes people dressing up as these characters on TikTok
and that doesn't prove what you said. That's just fandom in general.
It's just cosplay.
What do you mean it normalizes people dressing up like this? That's cosplay. It's a costume.
Why is everyone hating? She's pedo baiting because she cosplayed as a loli who was made for the purpose of pedo bait, who is a VTuber, aka the character in the song.
I don't. This isn't helping your argument. What are you talking about? Well, she dressed up as it, so that means that she's normalized to abusing children. What the fuck does that mean? Where did you get that? If an adult woman dresses in a schoolgirl outfit, that means she's okay with children getting abused. Where the fuck did you get that? What? Also, chat, almost every comment under this video is agreeing with him.
Yep.
And it's got a sizable number of views. So I'm just...
Yeah, it has about 14,000 views, so it clearly hasn't hit the lolicon side of the internet quite yet. But we're introducing it to it.
Also, yes, chat, this was AX. I was actually here when this girl was doing this dance.
Nice. Alright, let us continue.
Doing the dances. So it's being taken from this cartoon context and being now put into real life humans getting involved in this
She even says that she is shorter than 5 feet, so it's like, are you body shaming her for being a small woman, my guy?
Also, like how you have the half-naked woman in the background.
Very nice.
The fully dressed woman in the foreground is the problem normalizing degeneracy, and then there's a half-naked woman just in the background.
And also, she's wearing shorts underneath the skirt, too. She didn't have to do that, but she did. So shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch.
In fairness, she probably did it because she knew she was going to be dancing.
Yeah.
So she wanted to make sure she didn't flash everybody.
Yep.
Content. But no, it's fine, Cal, because it's an adult doing this content.
Yes!
Is that supposed... What do you mean how lolly enjoyers try to justify it? That's not us trying to justify it. That is the justification.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god.
That is a, like...
Oh, God.
I see this with people a lot, where you give them just a straight, valid rebuttal to their, like, complaint. And they're like, oh, you're just trying to justify it. No, I'm not trying. I did. It's conversation over. I won. That's all there is to say about it. She is an adult. She is allowed to do this. There is no problem with it.
I love you guys. You two are the best. Oh, thank you, Auntie. I'm happy that you are enjoying the suffering with us. Oh.
He's trying to come off with a gotcha, but is making himself seem even more schizophrenic. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they'll say that just because she's an adult, she's allowed to dance like this. What? I don't know how to respond to that. Like, yes, adults are allowed to do adult things if they're doing it with other consenting adults. I didn't think this was, like, debatable.
Alright.
Content. No, still weird, still creepy. Stop trying to justify it by being like, no, but look, Cal, adult doing it. It's no.
Okay,
that's not an argument. What?
And also, are you also going to... Where are the people that are shaming the people who are doing the adult diaper baby bullshit? That's worse than the lolly thing, in my opinion. Because they are acting like a baby.
Some people will justify this by saying there's an adult doing it. No, weird, weird, weird. What? I can say that about anything. I can find anything weird. That's not an argument. I'm so confused.
Price Rev says Desi doesn't have a video about this moron yet. This video came out 2 days ago. I caught this shit early. So
Yes,
if you
somebody in
want
chat mentions furries. Like, that's literally how people feel about furries. Oh, you think it's normal as an adult to just dress up as a fox in public? No, weird. Like, it's the same argument. The fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Oh, thank you for the 5 Canadians, Beardmaster. Talking about degeneracy when you look like this is rich coming from him. This guy probably likes watching his girlfriend getting railed by somebody else.
This isn't even like the height of consent at this point. This is like the normalcy of consent. If you're not normal enough, you don't get to consent. Like, that's all I'm gathering from this is because it's weird, she can't consent. I'm so confused.
So short adults or children now. I'm 5 feet tall, so I guess I'm not the height of consent.
Oh yeah, Lumi's been under the height of consent.
Yep.
Personally, I might have the eye spacing of consent.
The eye spacing. Thank God.
I have to see if I can find that and send it to you. But there's an eye spacing of consent now.
I think I remember that. That's when that minor artist was like, "Oh, but this is what lollies look like," and then compared it to real children or whatever. When they were
2 hours of research. We don't even need research. She's just wrong. Yes, the adult woman is allowed to do a dance. I don't care that the dance was originally from a lolly character. What would you say if an adult woman dressed up as, like, Bluey? Because I know there's a lot of adults that really like Bluey now because of the whole, like, it's unironically kind of a good show. I'm not going to go further than that.
No, it is a good show.
But, like, if you had an adult woman that is dressed up as Bluey for, like, her kid, would you say that was creepy and weird and, like, normalizing, like, children or something? Because Bluey's intended to be a child dog. Like, you have to, like, follow this argument all the way out. So you have to admit that your problem with her doing this dance is Lollygod Requiem is a lolicon song. It is not that she is cosplaying as a child character. Because if it was anybody else cosplaying any other child character that wasn't from an exclusively lolicon media, you'd be fine with it. Like if it's somebody cosplaying as Dipper and Mabel from Gravity Falls, guarantee you don't have a problem with it. 100%. Or any of the original Teen Titans, guarantee you don't care.
I mean, nobody gives a shit about the Raven cosplayers, that's for sure.
Yeah. It is strictly because this is a lolicon-centered media that was pandered to lolicons that you have a problem with it. I think I got that out of my system. We can continue.
Yeah. Not even 10 minutes in.
Stop. And to be serious, as we all know...
Alright, we can pause. If I like lolicon, does it mean I'm a pedophile? A therapist view. I think this is from the same article he got the other thing from. Where the fuck did he get this from?
It's the exact same formatting.
In discussing lolicon, it's imperative to challenge stigmas and misconceptions surrounding mental health. Seeking for such concerns is not indicative of character flaws, but rather a testament to one's courage and commitment to one's own well-being. And if you think you may benefit from seeking help, please know that effective, empathetic care is available. That's not helping you. This doesn't say anything negative about lolicon. This is just, if you feel like you need help, reach out and ask for it. I think the best example I've ever gotten for like a lolicon thinking they're a pedophile and going to a therapist is, do you know who -8 is?
Yes. I looked at a lot
You've
of
heard like the story?
The story, like the whole Tumblr thing?
Yeah.
Some of it.
So -8 originally only did like lolicon artwork. They almost exclusively. And at some point he started to think that he was a pedophile. So he went to a therapist and he like, laid it all out with the therapist. And the therapist pretty explicitly told him, no, your attractions really aren't that weird. These thoughts you're having about possibly being a pedophile are intrusive thoughts, and those are actually fairly normal for people to have. Your brain is questioning itself, and it's basically running checks on itself. So, for those of you who don't know, intrusive thoughts are when your brain runs a check on itself. An intrusive thought does not mean you're a bad person. It is your brain saying, would I kill somebody? No, I wouldn't kill somebody. It's like an internal mental health check that most people have.
Okay, I
And
think
for
I found
people,
it. I think I found the
yeah.
thing that he's looking at. This is from a fucking OCD website. I'll send it to you.
What?
Yeah. Here you go.
Here, I'll open it on my phone so I don't mess up the stream thing. OCD website?
It's an OCD website. I'll post it in chat for anyone else who wants to look at it as well.
Da, 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 da.
He cut out a lot.
As a kink-informed therapist with years of experience treating obsessive-compulsive disorder, I've helped people who worry what their enjoyment of lolicon says about them, and I believe it's crucial to approach the topic with sensitivity, empathy, and a comprehensive understanding. Yeah, this is the same thing. This is exactly what it is, because it starts with
Yep.
the what is lolicon, it describes what lolicon is, Lolita complex, understanding OCD, da, 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 da. One of the complexities surrounding lolicon is the blurred line between fictional characters and the real-world context. In cosplay and anime art communities, enthusiasts often bring characters to life, blurring the distinction between fantasy and reality. There are all sorts of widespread conversations about exaggerated or unrealistic art styles, the relationship between kinks or fetishes in real life, and even the relevance of story or lore to the ways certain characters are depicted. All of these questions can be triggering experiences for people dealing with ego dystonic thoughts and distressing doubts about themselves. It's vital to recognize that indulging in these fantasies does not signify criminal intent, even when confronted with real people embodying fictional characters such as cosplayers. That said, addressing the potential legal implications of lolicon is important. In some places, it is illegal, which is true. Um, da, 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 da. In discussing lolicon, it's imperative to challenge stigmas and misconceptions, which is, I think, this line. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it seems like in this article that, like, what they're focusing on is people that seem to not be able to separate things. This doesn't sound like they're talking about people that like lolicon. It sounds like they're talking about people that can't separate the fictional media from the real life media.
Yeah, if you go further down, it'll say lolicon and OCD. And this is literally people who have issues with not being able to distinguish it.
Yeah, this is probably what Minus Eight's therapist told them, because that's what when they came back to online activities, they were basically like, yeah, my therapist basically told me that my fear itself is the mental problem, not like what I'm into, basically.
Yeah.
That it was their over concern and their over self-regulation that was actually their issue.
So it's like this dude's 5 days of research was just this OCD article.
And it doesn't help them. Like, if he actually read the whole article, it's pretty clear that, like, they don't think lolicon is the problem. They think people. In fact, this is exact opposite to what you're trying to say in this video. This article is saying that the over concern of lolicon being real is the problem.
Mm.
This article's condemning you, bro. Here's some words about Minus. Yeah, I brought up Minus 8 just because he's one of the few people that I know that has gone to a therapist for this and gotten the specific answer that no, it is not a problem. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. He's back on Twitter making new animations, by the way.
Oh, is he?
He
Under
is
the
still a
same name?
little he is still a little POCD, according to like what this article says. So he is focused on just doing like adult characters now.
Mm,
but he has kind of come to terms with the fact that he is not like a problematic person, that
yeah.
it's just like this deeper therapeutic fear.
Is he still back under the same name?
Yeah, he still goes by -8.
Just hella shadow ban like Chad?
Probably.
I don't know, I'll find his account later because I can't find it. All I see is his archive, like the archives of his shit. I'll look
Oh
for it
yeah,
later.
by the way, there's a Twitter account called like -8 archive.
Mm-hmm.
That account's a fucking whack job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a lot of strange issues.
I see.
Oh no, so somebody else is running his -pal account.
Okay.
But that -pal account post his artwork and stuff that he's been posting on Newgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I probably is all the people that kept calling him a pedophile, and they kept bringing up the old Tumblr thing that made him want to kind of dip, which I
Yeah.
understand. Like, he specifically went to a therapist and had a therapist look him in the face and tell him he was not a problem, and then he goes to Twitter and everybody's like, "No, you were definitely a problem. Your therapist lied to you."
Yeah, never tell Twitter about your problems because then they'll just demonize you and try to make you do a flip off of a high building.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, we can continue.
Yes, let's continue. We tangented it. Tangented.
Read your fucking articles, bro. This one didn't help you.
Read the entire thing, not just nitpick on what you think sounds good, idiot.
The attraction to minors, little young people, when you're a full-grown adult, is a genuine mental illness. And if you think in some sort of justifiable
That's not what the
way
article
to
says.
Wanna know what else is a mental illness, my guy? Actually, no, I don't feel like getting my channel nuked. Never mind.
I'm so annoyed that, like, it's literally the channel did not say what he claims it's saying. Or the article
Yeah.
didn't.
It's like, now that we have context on what that article said, I think it'll be... It's already easy to break apart his fucking arguments, but then we can really call out his bullshit on, oh, well, the article said. It's like, no, it fucking didn't. Stupid. Bullshit. Fucking. Okay.
control that illness, you can consume content that's cartoon or, women acting as young girls as some sort of moral middle ground. You are completely lost and trying to fool yourself. This is not moral. This is...
My guy, age regression is also a type of a coping mechanism as well. My guy. It's like, age regression is a coping mechanism and a safe thing to do in a safe environment and with someone that you trust. Don't shame people for their traumas, my guy. Do you know how many people I know who consume and have their VTubers be lollies out of a coping mechanism because they were abused as children? I hate him so much. I think him and Catliente would get along.
is not ethical consumption, and no sane person would try and justify it as being a suitable outlet for you. There are content creators whose full-time occupation on TikTok is just now dressing up as little girls for content. This is the exploitation of youth, coupled with suggestive themes and behavior. And I do want to just say...
Okay, he says adults cosplaying as, younger characters, and it's like, oh, this is bad, this is exploitation. What about going to a gachapon machine is exploitation, or doing the funny little dance is exploitation?
Well, he says you're exploiting youth, like as a general concept. What does that mean? I want you to look me in the face and tell me, what does exploitation of youth mean? Exactly. Because what you're saying makes no fucking sense.
It's like, why can't people take all of this energy and actually talk about children who are actually being exploited, like on these family blog channels? in these fucking toy review channels and shit.
I
Like,
bet this
there's
dude was shockingly silent when the Daddy 05 thing happened.
probably. Actually, you know, after we're done with this video, we could probably do a quick look over on what kind of videos he makes.
Oh, God.
Can only imagine.
As long as we don't watch any more of them.
Oh, fuck no. Unless he's talking about VTubers and stuff, or the problem with Gargura. Then we watch that. But another night. Alright.
As little girls for content. This is the exploitation of youth, coupled with suggestive themes and behavior. And I do want to just say, if you're like just a regular person going about the day and you just see this funny little cartoon person dancing on a screen to a catchy beat, and you're just like, oh, that's funny, that's cool. Yeah, you're not now inherently bad or anything like that, because you're not actually into that world. Much like myself, when I first saw this, I was just like, this is just a little cartoon character, right? Surely there's nothing weird or bad going on here. Wrong, so wrong.
So is it inherently sexual or isn't it? Because your entire argument is this is like some kind of weird, inherently sexual thing. But now you're saying, oh no, if you see it, you wouldn't think anything about it. Okay. So is it like inherently a problem or isn't it? Basically what he's saying is it's not a problem unless you like it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense. That article was from 2014. Yeah, but it would still matter what's in the article, but I don't think the article is very valid.
Yeah. It's like we are providing the full context of the article and what he was nitpicking out of it.
Ethical consumption, what is he, a communist? If he's a communist, my first response to him is going to be there is no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Drink water. You know, I haven't had a drink of anything in a while. I should probably go grab a drink. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. No, chat, I don't expect him to make sense. I just expect him to not be an idiot. Like, it is blowing my mind after reading this article, and I still have it up on my phone, that he pulled up this whole article, that the entire article is telling him that his entire worldview is a mental illness, and he's sharing it to people on his YouTube saying, no, actually, you're the problem. This article says you're the problem. It's like, no, if you read it, it says you're the problem. It says you are mentally ill for thinking lollies are real kids. I just... Oh, holy shit. Peep is fit, bro. We're not insulting his looks. We're being good. We're being good. Oh, I just... oh my god, dude.
Alright, I'm back.
I don't get it. I was telling Oblivious, it's just wild to me that he, like, pulled up this whole article. That if he read the whole thing, it's literally saying that his entire worldview is a mental illness. And he still walked away and is like, this article proves everything I believe. No, this article condemns everything you believe. Why are you sharing this? I did go to his video and check it. He doesn't have this article linked in the description at all. In fact, his description is like one sentence. He definitely didn't want people to go looking this article up.
Oh god. Auntie is sharing some clips. You go, Auntie. Alright, let's continue.
This rabbit hole goes so deep, and I don't like what I found. I don't like it. And while not all the content around this sphere of this universe is inherently harmful, the fact that often these childlike characters are put into sexual circumstances is really very deeply concerning. And I must say, like, even just for searching,
they're not
the amount of people that would just desensitize this content, and often they were very young themselves who had unintentionally been exposed to this content, who are now just like, it's fine, what's the problem? Yeah, maybe because you're also a very young little person yourself, and you just think, oh, it's a person similar age to me doing their thing. But
okay, lolly content is not ever catered towards children.
Yeah, I think that's just something that people need to understand, because I know he's gonna eventually bring it up, and he's gonna bring up the grooming thing. Um, Groomers use everything to groom children, and a lot of it isn't necessarily sexual. And it doesn't matter what content it is, they will find something. They will make it themselves. Sometimes it's just words and they don't use images at all.
It's like,
Like, I don't understand. Stop bringing up other people's kids. It is not my job to babysit other people's kids.
it's just like, do you know how many shows, like live action shows, that glorify like high school student and teacher relationships?
Oh, not just that. I've kind of brought this up before, but I believe that lolicon in the West is extremely normalized, but people
Mhm.
don't apply that to it. They don't apply that label to it.
Nope.
Because we have tons of cartoons that are based solely around like little kids, uh, and you have tons of adults watching them and all this other stuff, but people don't associate it the same way they do anime, and I think it's because anime characters are just um, conventionally attractive to people because
Mhm.
anime characters are very heavily stylized to be very attractive, whereas Western animation is typically stylized to be like bubbly and poppy and recognizable, more like
Mhm.
mascotty, basically. Um, but it's still like lolicon media, but it's only quote sexualized when the Japanese do it because their lollies look conventionally attractive.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Yeah.
But that's not just you enjoying this content. There's older people out there, full-grown people, older than you and I.
Oh my god, lolicon manga being sold at probably an 18 plus section of a convention.
Yeah, he's bringing up like the kids. You went from kids watching Shigeru dancing to now you're like, but there's adult men that are also into this. Yeah, you're showing a picture of porn. I would hope children aren't into that. I would hope children weren't even allowed in the room with that. Like, what is your argument here? People make porn of this. Okay.
People make porn of everything. If it
Don't let the kids
exists,
look at it.
there's porn of it.
I think one of my big questions would be like if this is your argument, do you take like extreme issue with like those porn parody movies that companies make? Like
Mm,
about all the cuz they make them for children's shows. Like they have ones for Scooby Doo and shit. Are
yeah.
those like deeply problematic because it's based on children's properties even though everybody in it is literally an adult?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Arch, since you're here and stuff, chat has volunteered you to if I get $300, we are going to read the book Lolita. Me, Mizu, and you. All three of us are going to read Lolita and talk about it.
We're going to do Lolita book club.
We are going to do Lolita book club.
I'll download it in my phone and I'll read it throughout the day.
I will buy the actual book and I will read it because I like owning physical media.
See, if I did that though, I'd have to buy a book cover so I can take it to work because I'm not having those questions asked.
No, like I would read the actual book live on stream and
Yeah,
censor
but
what I need to.
I'd want to like read the chapter ahead of the week so we can have like a proper book club.
Fair. Arch, no, you need to commission some lolly art from Tori. No, just race mixing and furries. But
I could go
yes,
for some
Art.
race mixing right now.
But Art, you're going to join us for the Lolita book club. You're welcome. Chat volunteered you, so.
Isn't it banned? No.
No.
There's only a couple books that are actually banned in America. Most of them terrorist based.
All right. Let us continue.
Who are just like, yeah, or I don't know, that's probably a appropriate way to summarize it, but they're having not wholesome good feelings about this content, and that's why it's problematic. Though at base level it may be interesting to young people too, because they're like, cool character, whatever. The darker side of it is very real and it can't be ignored. However, within this conversation of lolicon
Immediately
and the
pause again.
culture and
Again, like, that's the parents' fault. Parents should not be letting children look at this stuff. Just because children are interested in, like, the base level stuff doesn't mean that they're allowed in the adult spaces.
Mm.
Children like tons of stuff they're not supposed to like. They're like tons of characters that come from, like, super dark media that they're not supposed to watch. I think, South Park's probably a good example. I think a lot of us as kids watch South Park, but South Park 1000% was never made for us. It was made for adults. It Everything about it is adult, from the language, from the themes. Almost every episode is some kind of world politics type thing. It is not on any level made for kids, but it attracted tons of kids because kids just wanted to be involved in that. Like, I'm tired of people telling me I have to give a shit about other people's kids. They're not my kids. Their parents can parent them, and I can just mark my space as not for kids. I'm not gonna babysit your fucking kids.
Oh, look at this. I can buy the 50th anniversary edition of the book Lolita on Amazon.
Fair enough.
Oh, and it's on sale right now. Well, place order. Okay, there we go.
But let's go.
the content surrounding it, I do just want to make the distinction between lolly culture and Lolita fashion, because they got similar
Why are you
names,
bringing
and I
this
did
up?
notice some confusion in the discussions I was seeing online. Lolita fashion is this almost like Victorian inspired aesthetic, and that aesthetic and fandom of Lolita fashion is not inherently sexualized, but because of the shared term Lolita, many people just see lolicon and think, ugh, when they're just people enjoying nice looking dresses and whatnot. And they assume because of that, they must be into this degenerate hellscape that is lolicon content. But they're not. I just want to make that clear. This person that just enjoys dressing up in Victorian-y with a modern take type aesthetic, for real, no cap. People that are into this, I don't care
What
if it's a
the
cartoon.
fuck?
What is it a cartoon of? Exactly. Your point fails. Weird. Stop. This can't be ethically or justifiably produced or consumed. I'm glad we cleared that up. And now that we finally have like a base level knowledge of lolicon content and lollies, let's look
Like,
at
he's
one of
just
the
not giving
bigger
arguments.
That's
He's just
not.
saying you can't do it.
That's not
Why
even a
can't you
base
do it?
understanding of lolicons or a lolly anything. And also, let me check to see how much.
Also,
Towards
bro,
the
if you knew
wall.
anything about Lolita fashion, you would not say they're more wholesome than lolicons. That community is a fucking hell pit. Community is a
Yeah, fucking.
Those women are like so mean to each other. I don't think I've ever when people joke about women are the biggest judges of like other women,
Mm-hmm.
so much of that like you can see in the Lolita community. They're evil girls in that community.
They're fucking mean. Let's see. So far for the Lolita book reading, we have raised $84.59. Look at you go, chat.
I think probably the best example I can think of, right, is like we have Chris Chan, right, who is a
Yeah.
part of sort of the wider lolcow culture, and there has been, to my knowledge, like one or two Chris Chan like sex tapes that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody hated the people that convinced him to do it. They thought
Yep.
they were evil, and they thought they took it way too far. There is a female version of Chris Chan who is in the Lolita fashion community called Pixie Terry. Those girls got numerous sex tapes out of her and tried to leak them everywhere they could. Like, you have to think that even like the Kiwi Farms people were like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing this to Chris Chan, you're putting it too far. But the Lolita fashion girls were like, no, full send it, share them everywhere, fuck her life, ruin her. That's just the kind of it's such a toxic as fuck community. Like holy shit.
Arch, did he not know there was sex tapes of Christian? Well, now you know.
Lolita fashion came from loli anime, didn't it? Yeah, so he says like Lolita fashion is Victorian style, which yeah, from the outside looking in, it kind of looks Victorian style, but it's specifically like anime lolly Victorian.
Mm,
Like it's typically meant to be very cutesy and childlike, so it's not helping your argument. You already don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. Alright, let's continue. We just finally hit 10 minutes into the video.
Controversies that made it like mainstream on TikTok in recent times. There was a song created called Loli God Requiem, and it featured that person I mentioned at the very beginning, Shigure Ui. Once again, sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. And on the surface, this song is meant to criticize those that enjoy loli culture, shaming grown adults who enjoy
Do
the
you think he's gonna figure
sexualization
it
of
out?
young girls. But there's growing speculation that the song was actually designed to appeal to exactly those people.
A growing speculation that
What do you mean?
growing speculation.
Are you people stupid? Especially he's showing like the clips from Shigeru in the background where she's talking about loving comic low and how erotic she thinks it is to be like childlike. Like,
Thank you for the 50 Jedi Dusk.
what do you mean?
Growing speculation.
This is growing speculation. It might actually be pro lolicon. How are you people so stupid? I genuinely don't get it. How are you all so dumb? Especially with everybody telling you. It's just... Oh...
Everyone knew from day one that it was catered. It's what's it called? Mesugaki?
Yeah.
Mesugaki. It's Mesugaki.
She's meant to be a brat.
She's a brat that needs correcting, my god.
And like, what do you mean? Like, the whole thing is criticizing them. She's like insulting them, and then they're talking about how much they love being insulted. That's clearly a fetish thing. Holy shit, how are you stupid?
He's British. He doesn't know any better.
Oh my god. It's true what they say. All the British people are fucking inbred. Jesus Christ. That explains the stash and the mullet. Oh my god.
I told you that not even halfway through this video you're gonna want to say a lot of things.
I don't know. Why are you all so dumb?
It gets worse.
God, no.
Let's continue.
Chat, we're only 10 minutes in.
The ones that in the song it makes it look like they're fighting against, they're actually
Hi,
fighting
Jenny.
for. Talking point 2, the controversy surrounding Loli God's
Wait, you want to pause real
The song was
quick?
initially
Jenny, thank you for the raid. You're coming into hell. I'm so done already. We're watching a video that's a guy complaining about Loli God Requiem, which, contrary to what you might think, is not a year old. This video is 2 days old. I don't know why he necroed this video to like whine about TikTok, but oh my god.
Welcome to the Hell Gondola.
But thank you for the raid, Jenny. It's appreciated. I hope your followers love whatever the fuck we're doing here tonight.
Hi, Rosa. How are you doing, baby?
For you guys, the part we just passed was he just said there is growing speculation that Loli God Requiem might actually be pro lolicon and not anti. Have a good night, Rosa. You probably don't want to stay anyways, trust me.
Night, Rosa. Get some good sleep. Bull is freaking out in Discord about the book possibly being banned. It's still being sold. If he wants to look into the rules of reading books for, like, the different fucking streaming platforms, he can do that. Otherwise, I will just read it in, like, you know, a Twitter space.
Yeah, it's not banned.
Yeah, it's not a banned book.
If it's banned, it's banned in schools or something, but there's really almost no banned literature in America.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Bull can do that research. He has until we hit $300. Might be banned on Twitch. Well, he can look into that for me. And if it's banned on Twitch, then I'll just read it on YouTube.
I don't think I've ever seen Twitch having bans against books.
We've seen banned video games, but not books. But granted,
Yeah.
does anyone on that site actually read?
Lolita was banned in France.
Wow, that's funny.
Same place that allows cuties.
Alright, let us continue.
Released a couple of years ago, and then shortly went viral on TikTok after, you know, the animated music video was released. And in this music video, it featured an aged down version of Shigure Ui. And for context, I should add, Shigure Ui is this, like, virtual tuber person, virtual reality person. Instead of watching a real human, you watch virtual reality character. And that's not me
Can I pause
dunking
real
or
quick?
clowning on people that are into.
This annoys me that every, like, regular YouTuber acts like Vtubers or some esoteric, complicated thing that's too hard to understand. Like, guys, we've had people doing PNG tubing online for decades. Like, it's not new for somebody to have a virtual avatar that they're speaking through. Like, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why you guys are pretending like this is complicated. All you have to see is, oh, this person uses a virtual avatar. Duh! Holy shit, that was so complicated.
Alright, let us continue.
To watching VTubers or whatever. I'm just explaining VTubers to the viewer in case you weren't familiar. So Shigure Ui is a VTuber, this virtual character that people watch. And there's a real human behind that character, you know, voicing it and talking it. And this character was used in the music video. And in that music video, the character was only 9, very little and young. So keep that in mind as we proceed in this video. Now, of course, the makers of the song claimed it was meant to mock people that fetishize, you know, young girls and children. However, many critics on TikTok have pointed out this is really.
Here you go.
Where? When did they ever say that?
I don't know.
The creators have said it was meant to mock lolicons. Where? What? Who specifically? It's not Shigeru who sung it.
People saying this song is about hating on lolicons clearly haven't researched anything about the creator of the song. She doesn't hate lolicons. Everything she does in the song is to appeal to lolicons who like being degraded. A lot of her most famous VTuber clips are literally her talking about lollies. Yeah.
They say, I'm a bit confused by what you mean. They reply, a lot of people have been saying this song is against lolicon, because in the lyrics it's basically roasting them. But in reality, the song is made to appeal to lolicons who like being degraded. It's mostly a kink thing for people. The creator of the song has often spoken about Lolly in a good light, and some even consider her a lolicon. She has a whole persona, which she calls the 9-year-old, where she does a Lolly voice and has done multiple streams as that character.
Man, I hate people. Ui was even told about Westerners finding the song, and her first instinct was to say it's fiction, okay? Exactly. Full report in the book's okay? Good, because I was going to read it anyway.
Ugh.
Alright, let us continue.
Really not the case. At first glance, many people fell into the trap of it being like, no, look, the song is about critiquing adults who are.
It wasn't a trap. It's just people being fucking retarded.
Because you could use that for anything. Like, you could say, here's a wild one, but it's in the same vein. You could say Dark Souls is a critique on gamers, and it just hates its player base because the game is difficult, and it denigrates them the whole way they're trying to finish it. No, it's meant to be hard. That's what people like. It's the same thing with this. Yeah, it, quote, denigrates them because they like it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's called Lolly God Requiem? Yeah, the song called Lolly God Requiem is anti-lolly. Good fucking luck with that one, bro. These are the same people that tell you don't have media literacy if you identify with any evil character in media.
Yep.
Because he's totally making fun of you, bro.
God, I almost don't want to know what other videos he's created. Ugh,
They don't look good.
right.
Are attracted to childlike lolly characters. But the reason why this is so controversial is because of how it can actually be interpreted. And this big talking point is that instead of shaming the people who are attracted to children, it's actually pandering to them.
The people saying it's anti-Lolicon song are basically plastering a big sign over themselves saying, I only just found out how Ui is through this viral video. Prior to the release of the MV, Ui Mama had a whole 3D concert of her role-playing as a lolly for the lead up to its premiere. Hell, this entire thing was kicked off because years ago, Ui Mama lost a bet with her lolicon friend Toya from Niji Sanji and had to roleplay as a lolly for punishment, only for it to take off and become a popular bit she does every now and then. Hell, at the end of her Lolly 3D concert stream, as a joke, she swapped back to her old model, then got locked up in prison herself because she was a lolicon herself.
I mean, one, base Niji Sanji talent, and two, just. Ugh.
$2 for the book. Also, merchant is happy with shilling.
Oh, very good. Alright. That is continued.
Them. People are pointing out that the song's playful nature, its childlike tone, combined with its focus on lolicon culture, is actually, on purposely, subtly trying to appeal to the people it is supposedly critiquing. The fetishization of shame. This is a trope that happens in...
So you know what it is.
Yes,
what do
he
you mean?
knows
Like
what
it was.
it is.
What do you mean earlier when you said there was like a what was his exact wording? A speculation, a growing speculation.
Yeah.
You know what it is at the time. Like you're making this video. What do you mean growing speculation? Oh God. At its core, Mesugaki describes girls who are small, young, provocative towards adults or their superiors, are full of self-confidence and assertive about it, and have a tendency to be temptress's teases. It's funny that, first off, he's covering Lollygod Requiem, which deals with Mesugaki, but he opened the video by saying it was fetishizing innocence. You know the subject you're covering kind of disproves the start of your video, right?
Yep.
This is not helping any part of your case.
Fucking idiot. Alright, let's continue.
Manga and anime, and in lolicons, that, you know, people have pointed out on TikTok. There's people that actually want to be shamed for their interests, almost viewing it as part of the fetish itself. And this is not a big fetish shaming conversation or whatever, it's nothing like that. But if your fetish is liking cartoon characters that are children, it's a child, but it's not real, count. I don't care if it's not real. The fact that it is stimulating your brain in that sexual manner is not okay and never will be okay. So this song is actually meant to be like a little wink towards them, towards people in the lolicon sphere, and actually reinforce their behavior. And how they get away with it is because the bright catchy tune and the character, you know, for young viewers, they'll just be like, oh yeah, this is...
Okay, does he think Lollygod Requiem is a psyop to get people to like Lolicon?
That seems to be what he's saying. And it's like, this was not meant to appeal to young viewers. This wasn't even meant to appeal to a general audience. This was meant to appeal to specifically Shigeru's followers.
Mm-hmm.
This was not meant to be like a wider thing. It blew up way more than she probably expected, for sure. But it was not meant to appeal to any community other than her own. It quite literally left the target audience.
Yeah. And it left the target audience so much that it has 111 million views as of yesterday.
Yes.
Which, good for her. Congratulations.
Yeah, chat's freaking out. Why did he say growing speculation? Like, what do you mean earlier on growing speculation? Because you knew all of this. You were writing this video. You were scripting it. Like...
Great. I'm gonna rewind 10 seconds so then he can get to start of his sentence. 5 seconds, whatever.
Catchy tune and the character, you know, for young viewers, they'll just be like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is fun, little fun character, my age I relate to, or whatever. But who it's actually for, and the
Okay, if he's thinking that this is geared towards, you know, children that are the same age as the characters, what are 9-year-olds doing on the internet then?
Not just that, but how is this relating to 9-year-olds? Just because the character is supposedly 9?
Yeah.
Like, what specific part of this character's actions and situation is meant to relate to children? Like, is this a normal thing for you, bro? You harass children and it's teaching them how to say no to you? Like, I don't understand.
Hearing him talk is fucking painful.
It is.
real audience, well, that's where it gets heinous, dark, and scary. Wee woo, wee woo. They've on purposely turned it into something
Stop saying
palatable
wee woo.
for wider audiences without them realizing what they're actually reinforcing. And the reason why this is the general
Wait, hold on. Did you say without them realizing what they're enforcing? Huh? Wait, hold on.
He said it's more palatable for general audiences. I mean, you can just
wider audiences without them realizing what they're actually reinforcing. And the reason why this is the general consensus online now is not some sort of weird, just plucked out of thin air nonsense that people are just saying. It's because of Shigure Ui's, so the person within this music video's, actions and some of the things they've said online. They themselves appear as this young 16-year-old character online. Why are they always 16? Why do they never age? I wonder why that is. Shigure Ui.
Because women like to be young, you moron.
Yeah.
My mom, to this day, says she's 18 for like the 20th time.
Yeah.
Every year it goes up one, but she's always 18 for like the 30th time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Women like to be young. A lot of women like to be young. Like it says on her thing, if you read it, she did not say her character was 16. It says she is 16, self-proclaimed. Because she wants to remain young. That's pretty common for a lot of women. I've had girlfriends that have not even that old. Like, I'm still really young, that still try and say they're a lot younger than they are when they talk to other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how women are. Yeah, Forever 17 type. There's a store in America, a major store that's called Forever 21. It is just how women are. They want to be younger, a lot of them. But yes, hags are in high demand right now. Some women are happy with being older. It's becoming popular to be old.
I know, I'm content with my age. Because I'm fine with being 28, but also I'm fine with being 28 while being 5 feet tall and still get carded for everything.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like we have literal chain stores about women wanting to remain young forever. It's just a thing, dude. It's not like some creepy, like, oh, this woman wants to sexualize being young. No, she just wants to be young.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to think about growing older.
But
He's
also,
so dumb.
Here you go. Just because we're on the topic of Lolly show, I send you this image because it's
Okay.
a palate cleanser.
I'll definitely have to pull it up really quick then, because if not, my head's just gonna fucking explode. That's cute. I don't recognize the character though off the top of my head. Oh, it's Made in Abyss.
Yeah, he's from Made in Abyss.
Do you think this man has ever talked to a woman? I'm gonna say no. Not with that stash.
I think he'd be pepper sprayed.
Yeah. To be fair, his glasses are pretty big. They probably block it. Okay, we can continue.
Yes.
It has made many interesting, and by interesting I mean very odd, comments. In one stream, they identified as a loli sin, a play on words basically implying that they themselves are part of loli culture. And to add context to that,
Implying?
Implying.
You showed clips of her saying that she buys Comic Low. Why are you trying to prove these things that don't need to be proven? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. But these TikTok comments, why are you getting all of your stuff from TikTok, my guy? But anyways, she said she's not a lolicon, but a loli sin, which means she likes high school girls. That incident is different. She has talked about a book picturing high school girls in a sexual manner that she liked, saying she likes it more because it leaves more room for interpretation.
I'm gonna out myself is totally not a real lolicon because I don't know what loli sin is. Honestly, this is probably the first time I've heard about it. Maybe I just haven't like looked into it correctly.
I mean, if you don't know about it, then it's like it's not the type of loli content that you enjoy. So
yeah,
you can't expect us to know every subsection of loli content.
Yeah, I'm not. If I search it, I don't actually find anything for it except the YouTube video that has nothing to do with that. Yeah, see, I don't feel so bad now because a lot of people in my chat are saying they haven't heard of it either. It's a new one for me. It might be like an odd translation.
Might be.
Yeah, because I've just never heard loli sin before.
Me neither. All right, let's continue.
Let me show you this extract from a stream.
っていうね、写真家もね、すごい好きですね、私は。
High school girl complex.
彼はね、女子高生のね、儚
He
さ
really
切なさ
manages
と
to
大人にな
capture the transience, instability, and the eroticism of approaching adulthood in JKs. JK refers to high school uniform style.
りかけの
Does
色っぽ
it?
さ、そして背伸び感の瞬間を撮るのがめちゃめちゃ
He's
お
really
上
good
手
at
な方なん
capturing
で
the
すよ。
moment when they
女子
stretch.
高生に限らず少女を撮られるのが
He's
とて
really
も
good at taking photos, not just of JKs, but also young girls.
素敵なね、方なんですけれども、ね、ここら辺にしとこうかな。
Is this okay? Should I stop here? Lol. If I say too much, it may become a court case. Lol.
Oh, JK is a high schooler. JC is loli. Oh, okay.
Fair.
Thank you, Tor.
Chat says loli sin might mean Lolita syndrome
Maybe.
to try and like get away from the word Lolita complex.
Mm-hmm.
Getting your facts from TikTok is like getting water from a desert.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, so little advice for you, Mr. TikToker man, if for whatever reason you see this and you actually get an hour and a half into our stream. Like we said earlier, most people are listening to your content, they're not watching. And that also means they don't speak Japanese. They don't know what the fuck she's saying. That's why I'm reading it. They don't understand her, bro. You should read it out for your followers. Like, just have like when people show that picture of Mori Calliope saying like that she loves little boys, and they have like all of the they have the picture of her and then all of the text stripped out one by one underneath it. Just do that and then read off the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. We continue.
あんまり語るとね、ちょっとね、事案になるからね。そうで、青山さんの写真はね、
Mr. Toriyama's photos are more towards the erotic, but they have a high class feel. I like those sort of JKs.
色っぽさ寄りなんですけど、でもすごい上品なの。私はそういう女子高生が好き。あ、 あ、そういえば、
Come to think of it, those who like lollies are called lolicons, right?
ロリ好きな人ロリコンって言うじゃないですか。なんか16、7歳の女の子
But
が
it seems these people who like girls about 16 to 17 are known as having Lolita syndrome. So she was saying Lolita syndrome.
Okay, so Lolita syndrome is for liking a little older girls.
Fair.
Okay, it's a good separation between the two, honestly. Oh, all right.
好きな人のことをなんかロリータシンドロームっていうらしいですね。なんで私はロリコンじゃなくて
I'm not a
ロリシンな
lolicon,
の
but
で
a lolly
That
sim.
just
Thank you very
doesn't look
much.
good for the content creator, does it now? And I see lots of people defending Shigure Ui, which I thought was odd. Many have said they lost a bet, that's why they had to do it, or they're just profiting off of it. No one is forced to do
That's
lolly
cope.
culture. Like, nobody loses a bet and then has to do it, right? That's a conscious choice as a person to join this world. So let's not pretend it's it's a bet, that's why I had to do it.
I'm aware a bet is how it started, but that's not a valid justification for the continuing of such behavior. The bet thing is just cope from people that don't want to accept that their creator they love is into something they personally think is terrible.
Yeah. And also,
But you're not really making an argument against her.
and also prime emote usage right here.
But now I'm going to profit off of it, which is also morally super messed up. Super, super weird. Like, there's no word I could use to describe how heinous this is. To say you're doing it because you're profiting off of it to make money just shows what a void of all basic morality and ethics type of person you
This
are.
is him making a
I
straw
know
man
this
and
is
trying to
weird
knock it
because
down.
adults are finding children attractive. They're putting them in adults like
I
scenarios
feel like the
with
bear in the
sexual
background.
themes, and they're getting off to it. And I'm going to join that world with my virtual reality character and profit off of it. That is disgusting. Although no laws are being broken because, you know, cartoon character, it's still, we have to acknowledge, very, very, very bad for society. And because this conversation is
have
complex,
to?
it's on TikTok and there's a lot of nuance here, there's just one thing I did want to point out quickly. I saw minors getting stressed about this whole thing, being like, well, are they conducting themselves inappropriately if they're, you know, attracted to minors? If you're a 14-year-old, I can't believe I'm having to say this online, but there's people genuinely confused and I feel awful for them. If you're a 14-year-old attracted to a 14-year-old, that is normality. You are just a normal person. When you are 14, it is normal to date someone the same age as you. Okay? Perfectly normal. But if you're a 30-year-old wanting to date that 14-year-old or wanting to date that high schooler, well, that is problematic. Minors dating minors, fine. Obviously, there's still nuance within that when you're a minor. You know,
What does
you've
this
got to
have
keep
to
that age
do with
gap quite close
drawings?
because the
I don't
physical
know.
and mental differences, even with just a 2-year age gap when you're like 14, can be huge. However, when you're an adult, it becomes like really quite irrelevant. Again, nuance to that conversation, but like a 30-year-old dating a 40-year-old isn't weird at all. I just wanted to make that point just because I saw young minors stressed about this, and it's almost like they shouldn't have even been exposed to this topic.
Minors shouldn't be.
They shouldn't have.
They shouldn't be around lolly content at all.
It's almost like they shouldn't have been exposed to this. You say that like that's a legitimate question. No, that's just a statement. They should not be getting involved with these communities. They should not have unrestricted access to the internet. They should not be allowed internet strangers without somebody watching them to some degree. The internet is not a safe space for children. It will never be a safe space for children. Even when we try to make internet safe spaces for children, predators specifically target those spaces because they know they're filled almost completely with children.
And also, the lolly community is consistently kicking found out minors out of the community, especially if they are lying about their age. Do you know how many minors lie about their age to get into these communities? They are almost never honest about it. And once they're found out, they are fucking kicked out.
I also like to say that I'm pretty sure he's trying to relate this to drawings because he's saying minors are concerned that they are attracted to drawings of other minors. Minors should not be looking at porn. I don't know why I have to say that. I don't know why you think it's normal for minors to look up porn of characters that they consider other minors, but they just shouldn't be looking up porn in general. Especially if they're at the age of 9, who is the character we're talking about right now. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, dude. I don't understand why people can't just say kids shouldn't be, like, involved in this stuff at all. There always has to be, like, this jumping around and, like, all this clarification being done. You can't just say, "No, kids shouldn't be involved in this." Why can't you just say that?
It's just like, I had unrestricted internet access when I was a child and everything.
So did I.
Hell, even when we went to the video store when those were around and you can only rent VHS tapes, I remember I had to go back to the bathroom, and guess what I had to walk past to go to the bathroom there? The fucking porn section. Because all there was a little curtain covering it. Someone walked back there as I was walking back there, and then I look over and I just see naked women on these VHS covers, and I'm like, I turn away, I go to the bathroom, and then I go back. And then I ask my dad, hey, what's back there? And then he says, it's for adults, don't worry about it. And then I went,
That just makes you want to go more.
And then I rented Sailor Moon and we went home.
Yeah. Look, kids are going to try and look it up, and that's, like, something we can't prevent. That's something for their parents to prevent. But you can't put it on us when the children go looking for it. We're not their parents. This is not a safe space. It is explicitly, inherently not for them. Also, chat's calling you a hag because you said VHS.
Shut up. But yeah, it's like, this is a parenting issue. Parents need to teach their children how to be safe on the internet if they're going to have any access at all. Because of my absolutely traumatizing experiences on the internet when I was younger, and, you know, full transparency, I've said this before, I have lied about my age to get into RP spaces when I was in different fandoms.
Same.
That was on me. Oops. But that's also how I became a pretty darn good writer. Anyways, I now know what to do to, you know, prevent that from happening in the future with, you know, my own children and all that. So, like, did I get absolutely fucking traumatized and groomed a few times? Yes. But it was a learning experience, and now I know how to help keep my own safe. So, yes.
It was a learning experience they should not have had because their parents should have been parenting.
Yes. I mean,
I think because you and me are close to the same age, we can sort of give our parents a little leeway. Because at the time, a lot, like, our parents really didn't understand how to use computers.
Yeah.
Like, my parents had no idea how the internet fucking worked, and they didn't really understand the gravity of what could happen to me on the internet until the Chris Hansen TV show, To Catch a Predator. Like, that was a wake-up call for a lot of parents, is a lot of parents didn't fully understand how connected the internet was, because they had grown up in an era where you had to know somebody to get in contact with them. Like, you didn't just casually meet people, you had to physically meet them.
Yeah. It's like, okay, a funny story time. Actually, not so funny, but still funny anyways, looking
While
back
you
at
give your
it.
story time, I have to go pee really bad.
Okay, go pee. Anyways, funny, not so funny story time with Lumi. So, I remember when I was younger. I was in 8th grade at the time, and this was during the time where I was getting groomed by somebody on the internet. And for my 8th grade year-end trip, we went to Washington, D.C. And I almost met up with the dude that was grooming me in Washington, D.C. I didn't because, one, my phone ran out of minutes. So I couldn't text him again. But I also just chickened out and I just stayed with my group. And that's how I probably almost got kidnapped when I was in 8th grade. Divine intervention. Yes. Me using too many minutes on my flip phone. Jesus was on my side. He was. So yeah. God loves you. I know he does. But yeah. That's the story on how I almost possibly got kidnapped.
I return.
Welcome back.
You know, there's a part of me deep in my soul that really hates that I started us up on these reaction streams just because I really wanted you two to watch one video with me.
Are you just
Is
hating
it-
this? Hating
This
this
shit is
video?
painful, bro.
God made you
We still
pissed
got
so you
13
couldn't
minutes.
be kidnapped. Now Lumi is just getting groomed by Arch. Yes. Yes, I am. Oh yeah, but
I got groomed by an Australian witch that claimed she had a Fudocock. I'm pretty sure I was 15.
Lumi almost met Diddy. No. I still remember this clear as day. The dude that was grooming me, his name was Sean. And he lived near Washington, D.C. He was like a couple hours drive away from D.C.
I don't want to know Mizu's story. You guys are welcome for that little tidbit of information.
Lumi is groomed by Arch because Lumi's not tall enough to consent. It's always DC. Yeah. But that was like the second person that was grooming me when I was younger. The first person that was grooming me, he was from Sweden, actually. I think I still have him as a friend on Facebook.
Why do I have the horrific sinking feeling that trading grooming stories like this is going to become far too common among the younger generations? There's a lot of stuff that's going to be far too common among the younger generations. There's going to be grooming stories. There's going to be detransitioning stories. There's going to be like this odd political uprise because like the younger generation is getting more and more political as time goes on. There's going to be a lot of shit going on with the younger generation.
How tall is Moose Man? Moose Man is 6 feet tall. So he is a foot taller than I am.
Thank you for the follow, Puck Puff.
Wait, was it Arch still? No. Fucking, I could probably go on Facebook right now and look this dude's name up because I know I still have him on my Facebook friends list.
But we should continue because we still have 13 minutes to go.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll do grooming stories with Lumi another day.
Topic or conversation or made to feel bad, but because it is on TikTok and because it is there, they've now been forced into this conversation, and I just wanted to put that there to maybe give them a little bit of clarity. This song did go viral on TikTok though. Many danced to it, many did videos with it, and for many who weren't exposed to this culture, it was just like a catchy beat and funny little animation, which kind of sadly just overshadowed why it is problematic. And I feel that kind of really reflects a broader issue on TikTok, where content can go viral without people fully understanding the history. People, even young minors are creating content around the song and doing things with it without realizing or choosing to ignore the connection to loli culture and the deeper ethical concerns. And by this song going viral on TikTok,
no ethical
kind of just
concern.
sadly helped normalize and trivialize the problematic elements of loli culture, because I saw many arguments between
Can we
people who
pause
just
again
clearly
for a
innocently
second?
found.
This guy is gonna kill me with his buzzword salad. Like, at no point in this video has he ever made an argument, but every single time he wants to say he doesn't like something, he goes, normalize, trivialize, da-da-da. Like, do you not have any, like, actual argument? All of this is just buzzword salad. And yes, he did just admit that he's watching what minors do on TikTok. which is not normal at all. A little bit of a self-report there, buddy. Not helping the allegations right now. But yeah, that's all I
No.
wanted to say. Like, I can't deal with this buzzword salad shit he's doing.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I agree with him on the point of there is a wider issue on TikTok, because do you know how many active pedophiles are on TikTok? Do you know how
A
many
lot.
children get groomed on TikTok? How many people are posting nudes in actual porn on TikTok? Do you know how many there is a connected pedophile network on TikTok who trade CSAM with each other. They share the login information for one account. They set videos to private, and that's how they trade shit.
Yeah, like, the
It's
issue
so
is
bad.
not the kids finding lolicon songs and swiping them to do dances to. It's the pedophiles watching them.
Yeah.
Like, these kids should not have unrestricted access to TikTok. It is not a safe platform. It has never been a safe platform.
Yeah. TikTok, have you seen Roblox? Yeah, Roblox is a whole nother fucking can of worms. YouTube
I'm
too,
glad
yeah.
that Jazz is in here to clarify that yes, he does have an aggressively unsafe look to him. Like, I don't like insulting people, but I told Lumi before we were even in the stream, as soon as I saw him, that he just had the look. Like, so blatantly, I couldn't say anything else about it.
I have a feeling he did his hair and stuff on purpose. I swear. This can't. It's not. He can't be brain damaged enough to not see what he looks like.
It's just like, why do you look like this, bro?
I'm sorry you have such an unfortunate face, my guy. All right.
It's not helped by your stash, your hair, and your glasses.
Nope.
And
Dumber
the fact that he
glasses.
only has in one earring.
All right. Let us continue.
Found the video on TikTok, and so I saw someone be like, so now I'm suddenly a creep for enjoying this silly little song. No, clearly not. Clearly to you it's just
Shut up. People just be making up shit. I thought the video was funny, now it makes me like children. Guaranteed you broke
You
as
broke
fuck.
AF.
You broke AF, miserable,
and
and
dependent on
depending on
someone to
someone to
live.
live. God.
I mean, he ain't wrong,
Nope.
but
for
also he's
enjoying this
coping a little
silly
bit.
Yeah.
little
A
song.
lot of people that liked
No,
this song coped
clearly
hard.
not. Clearly to you it's just silly little song at like the tip of the iceberg, and it's funny little animation, and you don't have any weird feelings towards it because it's just meant to be like silliness, but it's the deeper meanings behind it, which is why it's problematic, what it represents and what it's winking at or pushing at towards the actual community it resonates with. But it's just been made mainstreamable and palatable for all, so they can get away with it. This normalization,
They didn't.
They
This
didn't make
wasn't
it
made for the
anything.
general audience. It was made for the community. And then it blew up because it's a fucking addicting ass song to listen to.
Like, he keeps trying to say it was made so, like, the general audience would like it. No, it's just high quality.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing in this song that isn't explicitly lolicon. It is all, start to finish, the most lolicon song you have ever seen in your life. And it just happens to be really well made and really high quality.
And it's like, okay, you could say the exact same thing with Vocaloid songs. A lot of people will listen to Vocaloid, not know what the fuck the lyrics are saying. They'll just listen to it because it sounds cool. The majority of Westerners will not look up the English translation to lyrics. Let people just enjoy the song. It's like there was, for the longest time, there was a song that I really enjoyed that was Vocaloid, sung by Hatsune Miku specifically. And it was about like a girl talking about how she was abused by her father and everything. And it was like one of the most very fucked up songs that I've listened to in a very long time, but it's a good song to listen to because it is addicting.
One of my favorites was between Ren and Gumi, and I didn't know for years. I thought it was just like a catchy club song. I didn't know for years that it was about getting railed in a club bathroom.
Fucking what's that one called?
Lavatory.
Lavatory, yeah.
Lavatory caught me off guard. Yeah. If you don't look at the lyrics, you just think Lavatory is kind of like a cute little song of them just like singing about having a party and maybe liking a guy. Then you actually look at the lyrics and it's about them getting absolutely railed while blackout drunk in a fucking stall at a club.
You know, at first I thought like lavatory, I thought it was like a love laboratory, but no, it's
That was me too.
lavatory. It was lavatory.
And if you watch the MV, I thought it was like them fighting over a guy.
Yeah.
Like, so I thought it was just like a general relationship thing, and then it's like, no, it's about them getting like absolutely fucked while blackout drunk.
Yep.
Specifically in the bathroom.
Yeah. Lavatory of love. Yes, I know, but I thought it was laboratory, not lavatory.
It wasn't about blowjobs. I mean, blowjobs are a part of it.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm waiting for this dude to like make a call out video on the Vocaloid producers and everything. Be like,
also, in fairness to me and Lumi, over here we call them bathrooms. We don't call them laboratories.
Yeah.
We're normal people.
Full course for candy addicts. Oh, I love full course for candy addicts. So fucking good.
Some of the ones I like don't even have like deeper meaning.
We're a little over halfway done with this shit. Alright, let's continue.
You guys can all blame Lumi for this.
You're welcome! But it's been fun.
Can and will lead to inappropriate behaviors down the line, more in the mainstream, because they're like, well, if we got away with this one, what can we do next? I feel now that we've looked at Lolligod's...
She's not... there's no wider conspiracy theory on, oh my god, I'm going to make more Lolicon songs for the general audience. No! It's just broke containment.
It's also important to note that not only do most lolicons hate having children in their community, most actual known pedophiles really hate lolicons.
Yep.
Like, actual pedophiles tend to hate lolicon artwork and lolicons. Also, someone just tipped you through Stream Elements for $25.
Oh, thank you for the 25. I will add that to the pool.
Right. Bye, Junebug.
Bye, Junebug.
Have a good sleep. Hope you enjoy this cringe fest later when you watch it.
And good night, Savage guys. Have a good sleepy sleep, and thank you for the new art.
Let's continue.
Oh, Avenged is asking, why is that? Like, why do, fucking creeps hate lolicons?
So it's important to understand, and therapists have talked about this, and it's why there isn't any crossover between the two communities or the two groups at all, is pedophiles like the actual innocence of children. And it's like it's a prey-predator type thing. With lollies, they physically cannot do that because they are objects. They will always consent because they don't exist. And with a lot of pedophiles, if you see how they are examined in therapy and by therapists, it's typically a power thing. They want to be able to exert that power over someone they see as a lesser human being. And they can't get that from fictional media at all. So it's typically like no crossover. And then most lolicons and shotocons are typically that way because of past abuse. So they tend to have very strong feelings about abusers. Because like some therapists have covered this before, lolly show content is typically what do you call it? It's a coping mechanism.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a perpetuating the cycle of abuse. And typically, if somebody was going to perpetuate the cycle of abuse, they wouldn't be using coping mechanisms. They just go do it to another person.
Mhm.
We are literally the good side of the argument, and you're always trying to shit talk us.
Alright. Let us continue.
Requiem and looked at the content creator behind it and kind of delved into that world a little bit deeper and understand why it's problematic, what it was reinforcing, and how it can actually be inferred to the people within the loli culture. It is important to acknowledge that this controversy is part of a larger issue. How platforms like TikTok often trivialize dangerous subcultures, often turning them into trends, making us all mindless consumers, and
you
we're all probably
talking
guilty of
about?
this, but making us these mindless consumers without actually addressing the real harm they can cause. Talking point 3. TikTok's trivialization of dangerous subcultures. Zuima. It is no secret that, like, one of the most amazing things about TikTok is anybody can go viral at any second
we
or at any
pause?
moment. Like, you don't have to be
Does homie realize how hypocritical it is for him to throw in Diary of a Wimpy Kid quotes while talking about attracting people to media they shouldn't be watching?
Mhm.
Do you not think making references to popular children's media in your video talking about the sexualization and abuse of children might attract children to your video that probably shouldn't watch it? You ever think about that, buddy? Feel like it's a little hypocritical. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm right on that one. Mindless consumer, says the TikToker that thinks he discovered America watching a year-old viral video.
Fucking.
Unironically, though, I do kind of take issue with this. Is there a lot of creators, not necessarily him is bad, but it's really popular with the Twitch thoughts, where they style their streams to be filled with like children's merch that they're clearly not interested in, while peddling stuff that is clearly not meant for children. Like, go to any random Twitch thought stream, and in the background, you're gonna see tons of Pokemon. You're gonna see tons of Lego shit. It's very clearly meant to appeal to younger kids, and it's fucking creepy. That's just a side point.
Alright. Let's keep going.
a content creator and grind away for years, you can just make one TikTok and boom, you're an overnight success. And in the case of Loli God Requiem, the songs at face value appealing animation and catchy tune, which may seem initially harmless to a casual viewer, much like probably the majority of us are, right? Obviously, we're not gonna at face value recognize the real deeper problematic associations with lolly culture. And you know, that coupled with the fact that TikTok loves short form content, the ethos on TikTok often promotes engaging with content thoughtlessly, thinking about things on a surface level. That was fun, I like that. That was fun, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
pause.
cool, I like that. Rather than
That's why none of this matters. Because stuff takes off TikTok mindlessly and it disappears mindlessly. Nobody really interacts with TikTok. Nobody sits down and pays attention to TikTok. I think the only reason we haven't heard more stories about kids getting groomed through TikTok is because they don't sit still long enough to actually talk to anyone in the comments section. Like, they're just scroll, 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 scroll. Like, they don't. I haven't heard a story of like a single person actually getting groomed from TikTok, despite the exceeding number of groomers on there. And I think it's because they literally don't interact with anything. So it doesn't matter if Lollygod Requiem actually was pushing some deeper, more sinister idea, because it literally does not show up in somebody's feed for more than like 10 seconds, and then it's gone. It's literally erased from their memory 5 seconds after it's gone, and they never think about it again. It was just, oh, that was kind of colorful. Bye.
Yeah.
This is hurting your argument that this matters. all you're telling us is that it literally doesn't matter because the form it's or the platform it's under, nothing like is there's no communities, there's no like takeoff, there's no concerted effort to really push this stuff. It's just there for 10 seconds, then it's gone. This stream has given me a lot of knowledge on the lolly community. I try and help.
Misu's a good one. Bye, Greg.
I'm a little
Have a good one.
encyclopedia.
Yes, he is. All right.
Let him rant so we can end this. I'm sorry, chat. It annoys me.
It's okay. And also, we need to make it transformative so this dude can't fucking be like, they took my content. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, like a 2.5
I mean, you're taking
hour...
a lot of TikTok content.
Yeah. But it's like almost a 2.5 hour stream for a fucking 30. Yo. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Critically thinking about the implications. So why this is, dangerous in the case of lolly culture is people may unintentionally participate in lolly culture without fully understanding or endorsing it. So where this is especially dangerous is those young people who would be
didn't she say she despises lolicons? Some purpose, obviously people can say that and mean it, but she plays it in a tsundere lolly trope. Her song felt so genuine, she was being so real about it too. I don't understand how people are actually attracted to that. Literally don't understand how people thought it was anti-lolly. Fortunately, a lot of children are easily tricked, especially by people whose goal is to trick them. OMG, wait, it isn't an anti-lolicon song. No, another song I like but hate the meaning, like senpai. See, I think this one on the right side exemplifies why this isn't an us problem and this is a parenting problem. A lot of children are easily tricked, especially by people whose goal is to trick them. Yeah, children are dumb, and you can trick them with basically anything.
It's like children
think
are
about
not...
this.
Go ahead.
Right, so all you had to do to convince all of these kids that it was an anti-lolicon song was to say it.
Yep.
They firmly believed it was an anti-lolicon song, and then somebody came in and said, actually, it's pro, with no reasoning, no argument, no evidence, and all of them flip switch immediately. That's how easy it is to trick kids. You don't need like a complex 4D chess psyop. TikTok kids, you just have to tell them it's true, and they just go along with it because they believe you.
Yep. And also, when it comes to like online communities or just being online in general, nobody teaches kids stranger danger anymore.
Don't give people your name. Don't give people your number. Don't send people pictures of you. Probably don't post pictures of yourself at all in general. It's just safer. Don't post pictures of your house. Don't give people your address. Don't tell people when you're going to be out of the house just in case they somehow know you do have a house.
Mm.
Don't tell people your age because then that'll help them know if they should target you or not. Like, it's just stuff that we were taught as kids by parents who didn't even understand the dangers of the internet. And now they do understand and they don't tell their kids any of this.
Yeah.
What's the problem with senpai? I don't know. I don't know why that person just says like senpai at the end. That's whatever.
I don't know. Alright, let's keep going.
the subject or the interest of the people that are into lolly culture, them entering into that world, thinking, oh, it's a cute character maybe they like or they think's cool because they're a similar age or whatever, they become a target, or at least a potential target, to people within that world. And for many...
No?
We don't want them here. I like how he swapped from target to potential target because he knew that if he showed like any of the lolicon like channels, every single one of them has minors do not interact as the first line.
Yep. God. Fucking.
Even completely safe for work lolicon stuff is always minors do not interact.
No lolicon wants some minors, but like even in like eyesight, they do not want them anywhere near anything.
I would also say that that's I don't know why this is so prevalent with lolicon communities, but not other communities. Because there's always an idea in the lolicon community of, I don't like children, I don't want to hang out with children. And it's so weird that so many other communities are like, yeah, I don't mind hanging out with kids.
Oh my fucking
Why?
god.
What do you and a 9-year-old have in common to talk about?
Yeah, my hero.
Yeah, because like in even like all of like my anime communities and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to be in a community with kids. I don't have like the same things to talk about with kids. I find it weird to talk about kids that aren't my family.
Mhm.
It's just feels strange. I don't like it. And I don't understand why all of you are just like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with kids and play games with them. That's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Take a page from the Lolicon handbook and start saying minors do not interact all over the place.
Anime breaking out into the mainstream was a mistake.
Oh, 100%.
Right, let's keep going.
Fucking 3
Things
hour
this
stream.
may not be as much of a problematic issue, you know, if it's just like something being turned into a meme of funny haha silly moment happened on internet, let's all just laugh and joke. Okay, fine. But when there's themes of predatory behavior, inappropriate power dynamics, then it is a real problem that kind of does need to be addressed and pointed out at every opportunity when the discussion comes up. And why that is so important on TikTok,
Where's the
and why I think it
inappropriate
is good
behavior?
that so many people do call out lolly culture content on TikTok, is because TikTok works in trends where things will circulate really frequently and you'll be exposed to it a lot, right? And that in turn can desensitize.
You build your For You page brick by brick. If you're
Yep.
exposed to a ton of it, you are the one curating your own thing. That's why whenever I see absolute cringe shit and I'm like, why is this showing up on my thing? I remind myself I built my For You thing brick by fucking brick, and this is my own fault. Fucking ugh.
Viewers. So young people may see it and may just think, oh, it's funny, it's harmless content that I resonate with, without truly understanding what they're endorsing, right? And when this lolly content becomes regularly circulated in this packageable, appealing way, it does become normalized. And that could lead to a generation of viewers who are less sensitive to the ethical complexities and the real concerns of dangers of lolly.
Okay, people like this are the reason why people are so fucking bullshit about pro shippers. Because, like, I remember, I know, I'm gonna sound like a fucking hag, but back in my day, people shipped what they want. If they didn't like it, they ignored it. They didn't interact with it. They purposely filtered that out of their shit. No one sent death threats to each other. Nobody fucking went after your entire livelihood just for being pro ship. I am pro ship. I don't care what people ship. I don't give a shit. If I don't like it, I'm going to ignore it. I will mute the tags. I will mute the ship names. But ever since the basically abolishment of the saying ship and let ship, it has gone to shit.
Yeah.
I want to cry.
This video is giving me a migraine. Why would you do this to me?
Because
I thought we were friends.
you need content for your channel. You're getting content.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends. I do this because I love you. And also, again, content. And also, we're exposing this fucking tard to the rest of the lolly community because we can't have people fucking, you know, just saying all this shit, getting views, and then no one is calling them out on it. So I say we're groundbreaking.
I mean, fair.
Alright, let's continue.
Culture. Why it's problematic. Sexualizing of minors. Real bad things. But I'm seeing lots of minors defend it on TikTok, and that is kind of heartbreaking
Minors shouldn't be
because they
interacting.
don't realize they're being a soldier or tool to something which is bad and something they would never actually want to stand for. But one gets sucked in at a casual level by the bright animations and the happy characters and the catchy beats. When I think about it like that, they are literally being conditioned to just accept this as part of the...
Pause real quick. One, we don't want minors in the fucking community. Dear fucking God. Lumi, do I have permission to draw Moose Man correcting you? Yeah, go ahead. I will give you Moose Man's references in a couple minutes.
Oh, Dama, thank you for the sub, the Twitch sub. It is much appreciated.
Who is Dollar Tree iDubbbz? He goes by Cal Does Life. His video that we are reacting to is down in the description because, you know, gotta credit what we are reacting to.
I put it in my description as well.
Alright, let us continue.
The normal cultural landscape. And I saw testimonies to this. I saw people talking about how they watched anime so much growing up as a kid, and they didn't realize how overly sexualized a lot of the young female characters were. And it's only as they got older and they stopped watching anime and they look back at it, they're like, yeah, that was super inappropriate.
Want to pause?
And I think I can think about that.
This is because a lot of companies thought because it's animated that it's for children.
Yep.
So they brought it over to America and peddled it towards children. But most of the anime they grabbed, first off, was meant for older teens. And then a bunch of the anime they grabbed was meant for adults.
Yep.
But they didn't see that because all they saw was it's a cartoon, therefore it's for children. This is not our fault. This is not anime's fault. This is the fault of the localizers.
Yeah, it's like, as people have said over the years, animated does not mean for children. But, you know,
Yeah.
people will just keep saying, oh, it's animated, so it must be for kids. It's not.
And a lot of it was intentionally meant for adults.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh, we'll just, you know, we'll sketch out the guns, we'll sketch out the blood, we'll do all this, and then we'll just show it to children. And it's like that's not how that works. That was a huge thing in Naruto. Was Naruto covered up a lot of the gore in its localization, but that doesn't change like the themes, right? Like when you show a censored body that's been split in half with crows pecking at the corpse, yeah, the children don't see like the gore because you've mostly covered it up, but there's still like a thematic implication there that can affect kids. And that was their fault for still like forcing it out to kids instead of trying to like market it to the correct audience.
Old Looney Tunes were made for adults, not kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Yes.
Like when I used to watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid, like a real little kid, the way I think it was Master Roshi used to treat some of the women in the show was super, super weird. And it's only when I look back, I'm just like,
That
yeah,
exists
that's
in
messed up.
Western media.
That's super, super.
And also, Dragon Ball Z was on Adult Swim.
That and the perverted old man trope is in all media. That's not an anime thing. That's just like a stereotype of old men being like they lose their filter. I don't understand why you're like, oh, you know, this was a thing in Dragon Ball. No, that's just a thing. In all media, you could look it up on what do you call it? The Film Tropes website. Perverted old man is just a thing.
Yep.
Perverted old people in general. Like if you watch any adult cartoon, there's always some shit about old people being into weird kinky sex stuff. That's just like a stereotype of old people. I don't know why you're trying to blame this on anime. You fucking weirdo.
I don't know. Alright.
Dragon Ball in the UK was on a kid's channel. Again, localizer's fault.
Yep. Okay. We're almost done. Almost.
8 minutes.
8 minutes. So 40 more minutes for us.
Yep.
super creepy. How did I think that was funny as like as a 5-year-old or whatever, or 6-year-old, however I was?
You shouldn't be watching Dragon Ball as a 6-year-old.
Also, because kids are stupid and they think everything's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people say this. How did I think this was funny as a kid? Because you were a dumb kid.
Yeah.
Kids thought everything was funny.
It's like, okay. For example, the movie The Last Unicorn was not exactly a kids movie. It was a pretty fucking dark movie. I still watched it when I was a kid because I liked unicorns. I love unicorns. I still love unicorns. My granny has a unicorn statue that she said she'll give me when she dies. Anyways, it's like
My friend made me watch that movie.
It's so good. But it's like rewatching it as an adult. Dear fucking God, I hate that I can relate to it so much because of what I went through when I was younger.
My friend made me watch it because she said it was very transcoded.
How?
She says the unicorn is her trans icon.
Unicorn statue, Lumi, are you familiar with Witcher? No, I'm not. All I know is that Geralt's hot.
Yeah, there was but a lot of people in chat are kind of mentioning it now. There is a huge problem with for many years of Western companies taking media from other countries and then just looking at it from a distance and then choosing what audience got to see it based on that instead of actually watching the content that they were sending to kids. It was a huge issue for many years. To a degree, it's still an issue, but much less so because now anime is a much bigger industry. But that's not anime's fault. Most of those Japanese companies, especially back in the day when all this was happening, didn't have any involvement in localization. They literally sold the rights to it and said, "Have fun."
Yep.
Literally had zero involvement in like where it was shown or who it was shown to. Most of the time, they didn't even have proper involvement in how it was localized.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
When that was out. Now I just look back and I'm just like, ugh, I can't believe that was considered funny or okay. But this consumption of this type of media from a young age into, adulthood, those formative years, I think could lead to a real whatever type attitude towards this type of problematic themes and content. I think the big issue I'm getting across
That's your
here
problem,
is
isn't it? You don't
informed
know.
consent. There's lots of viewers.
Informed consent. Oh boy, we get to talk about informed consent, everybody.
Also, I'm pretty sure Homie's gonna be using that word wrong. Informed consent is a medical thing. I don't know what the fuck you think informed consent has to do with this.
I don't know, but let's see.
Whatever type attitude towards this type of problematic themes and content. I think the big issue I'm getting across here is informed consent. There's lots of viewers defending this content as they think it's just funny or entertaining. That leads.
Yes, it is funny seeing Western anime quote-unquote fans get upset at drawings, because it is.
I guarantee this guy is not defending this because it's funny or entertaining. He is defending it on principle and saying people like you are stupid for getting so mad at drawings. He's definitely trying to show off some of these messages that he's going to be showing as if these are people that don't understand the deeper meanings behind it.
Probably.
Like, no, they understand. They're making fun of you because you think it's like 4D chess or something.
The
problematic thing here is his lack of a thesaurus.
When in reality, it perpetuates harmful stereotypes and behaviors. And honestly, I just feel like my brain's gonna
What
pop.
stereotype?
I just feel
what?
like it's gonna turn into me just ranting why this is not good. So I think I want to conclude on it so we can open it up to the floor, to the community, so we can discuss this as a team. The controversy surrounding the Lolly God Requiem song and the lolly
There's no controversy.
culture seemingly growing on TikTok, I don't think it's just about one song or one subculture. It's about how easily things can just explode with popularity on TikTok and be trivialized for entertainment.
Okay, so does he just want to bitch about TikTok, but is just choosing one thing to bitch about because it got popular on TikTok?
I don't think he understands that he's undermining his entire argument when he says stuff gets really big on TikTok and then it just disappears. Yeah, that's why nothing on TikTok matters. Absolutely nothing that happens on TikTok is all that important.
No.
Because it blows up and then it's gone 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
The life cycle of content on TikTok isn't even a day.
And it's like the only things that really stick around for an unfortunate long period of time are the false call out posts that you see on TikTok. Because almost every single time I've seen a false call out post or a false narrative on somebody, it's circulating on TikTok for days until that person kills themselves or leaves.
Yeah. He also seems to have this problem with this video, is he doesn't have any argument at all. He's just like,
Nope.
it's bad, and I could rant about how bad it is. Do you have like an actual argument to it? Or is it just, it's bad?
He's just taking out of context articles and just taking comments from minors, I guess. Which, why are you watching minors on TikTok, my guy? How are you curating
God, it's
your
so
For You
funny. He
page?
cited an article. The article's literally like, no, you're crazy. Not the lolicons, you are. I hate that Lumi brought me into this chat. I've got a migraine.
You're welcome. I love you too. Let's keep going.
Adult TikTokers dancing to the song, making careers
no.
out of dressing up
Oh
like
no,
little
adults.
kids. Who are they doing this for? You may say the young minors viewing this content might be
No.
like, oh, it's a character I know and like, or whatever. I like that. That's a cool cosplay. But then there's like,
No minors are gonna be like, wow, I really like this character. Oh wow, I know this No, you fucking don't. Adults, adults aren't catering to kids. They're not catering to kids. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's keep. Fuck you.
like the creepy people that are into it for other reasons. It really is just this moral minefield and cesspit. And I think it just does raise like a billion ethical questions and concerns. Like, how do you safely go about this type of content? I don't think you safely can. Lolicon in the form of
What makes it
dressing up
unsafe?
and profiting off being a little girl. Oh
What
gosh,
makes it
this
unsafe?
is not good. And there needs to be serious conversations to be had. If you are a person and you find yourself attracted to childlike cartoons,
Well, I'm
you
not a
know,
person.
forget
I'm a
for a
drawing.
second that you try and justify it by them being a cartoon. Forget that you try and justify it by them being like some like 400-year-old vampire.
Okay, pause.
They are clearly being depicted.
I hear this all the time. Forget all the things that makes this not a problem. Pretend it is a problem. Why do you still like it? Well, yeah, if you take away all the reasons it's not a problem, then I guess it's a problem. But all those reasons still exist after your hypothetical is gone. So I
Yeah.
don't care. Dumbass. Ugh. He just said
Depicted
dressing
as
younger is wrong? Oh, you missed that
child.
part. He had an entire rant about how if you dress young, you are... What was his exact wording? It was you are exploiting youthfulness.
Yep.
Like, I genuinely don't... He never explained what that meant. He just said they're exploiting youthfulness, and I don't really understand what that is.
I don't know either. And also, the second time he brought up dressing up like, you know, a lolly is wrong. It's because you are trying to bring in children to the space.
Yeah. He basically said if children like what you're doing, then you're intentionally trying to attract them. Which is not how that works. Children
No.
like a lot of things. It doesn't mean we're intentionally trying to rope them into it.
If anything, we're actively trying to push them out of it.
Yeah. We can continue.
Vampire. They are clearly being depicted as a child. They're given childlike characteristics in the way they act and the way they conduct themselves. and that is suddenly being coupled with adult-like themes of a sexual nature. If that is the case, then that is a mental illness and it needs to be treated. And I know I've kind of like, at times almost probably in this video, almost
That article
laughed and
disproves
joked,
you.
but it's
Stop
out of my
sharing it.
sheer uncomfortability with this theme or with this concept that people are making this type of behavior okay by making it a cartoon, therefore it just forgoes any sense of ethical or moral concerns, which it
Yes.
really doesn't. People should always be upheld to, you know, a basic moral and ethical compass, regardless of whether it's legal or illegal. It's weird and creepy and should never be promoted in society. I think it's really problematic.
You're
Not only
weird
just
and
for the people that
creepy.
enjoy that type of content, but also for when minors are exposed to it, for what it normalizes and what it could get them into,
We
and
don't
then they
want
could be a
minors in the
vulnerable
community.
person that gets groomed or something really sad and horrible. And I don't want to think of that reality, but that sadly is the reality, and that's why it's
No, it's
important
not.
to have these discussions and be frank and honest. Now, I really do understand that this is recognized as a mental illness, but a byproduct.
Want to know what's a fucking mental... I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say what's actually a mental illness. I want to say words, but I can't. Okay, let's continue.
Should not be lolly culture. Lolicon, lollies should not exist. There's no realm where
You shouldn't exist. Okay.
this is plausibly okay. So team, now that I've shared this information with you, what are your thoughts? Maybe some of you are more versed or have more knowledge on this world and you would like to add your insight. I think that'd be really interesting. Or maybe people have personal anecdotes and when they've...
Sir, I think you would cry if you watched our stream. I think you would
I don't-
cry if you watched.
I have to agree with the person in my chat that they think he's one strongly worded email from breaking down.
Probably.
Somebody in my chat said he looks like he's a strongly worded email from having a breakdown.
God. Fucking. Okay.
Chat, I'm trying not to insult him. I really am not, but he's not. I expected like some kind of argument for me to like knock down, but I've heard it's weird, it's creepy like 500 times. Like, okay, yeah, it's weird and it's creepy. I'm not gonna argue with you on that. Most fetishes are.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, if you go to a therapist and you look up any coping mechanism for any kind of trauma, you're gonna say that looks weird and creepy. Literally every single one, you're gonna be like, that's weird and creepy. Because they are. They're meant for dealing with issues that are very uncomfortable to people that have never experienced them. Like, it's gonna be weird and creepy to you.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
stumbled into that world and thought their experience was like, did you come across it on TikTok and just didn't realize how bleak that world got?
You know, my dude, my dude. The lolly community didn't start when TikTok became a thing. The lolly community has been around for a very long time. TikTok just, you know, is a fucking cesspit of bullshit. It's like, he's just saying, oh, TikTok a lolicon survivors. Oh, come out with your story. Dude, it's not all on TikTok. The people who say the lolicon community on TikTok is very small, even if it exists at all, honestly. And the ones that are creepy and say that they are lolicons are fucking liars. Okay, we continue.
Did you see, like, was it literally you saw Lolly God Requiem and thought this was funny, and then you kind of saw some of the comment sections and you were like, oh goodness, what is this? I just want to have this discussion with you. I think it's a useful conversation, so I'm now passing the baton on over to you. Yeah, and holy smokes, that was one of the more serious videos we've done in a long time. So now let's all decompress and kind of take a...
Okay, I don't care about your Five Nights at Freddy bullshit. Oh, hello, Salon. My honest thoughts are, if you are any more inbred, you might as well change your last name to Sandwich. Just Super Saiyan.
Why would you make me watch this, Lemmy?
Because... Well, does he? He doesn't even link the article that he.
I said that earlier. He has one sentence, and he has nothing else. That's it.
What the fuck else does he make content-wise? Also, this profile picture's not helping you either. You look like you want to lure children to the back rooms.
Oh my god, he's portraying himself as Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
You know Scott Pilgrim was like dating a minor, right? I'm so confused by like your whole identity. I mean, I'm not. This shit happens all the time.
Conservative. TikTok's goth TikTok's conservative problem. What?
What's wrong with Melanie Martinez? Isn't that the singer?
Yes.
I like her music. Cottagecore, TikTok's cottagecore crisis equals white woman club.
TikTok's
Cottage
emo
core
problem. TikTok's emo problem. Billie Eilish is a culture vulture. TikTok's
Holy shit.
new Belle Delphine.
Look at the Belle Delphine and the Jelly Bean Sweets thumbnails. He's coloring his shirt. He's not even taking a new picture.
Oh, he's not.
He's photoshopping his shirt to be a different color to make it look like he's making different pictures for different thumbnails.
It's all literally the exact same reaction. Okay, this picture's not helping you here either.
Why does he have the same face in every one?
I don't know.
Like, it looks like recently he's just started using the same photo and then photoshopping the shirt. Even in some of the old ones, it's just the same photo over and over again. Take a new fucking photo.
TikTok's punk problem. TikTok's biggest trad wife. Leave the trad wives alone. They're living their best life. Ugh, God, fucking.
I have tried really hard on my on my channel to make a new thumbnail every single time and to move stuff around, you know, so it doesn't look the same every single time. This dude is literally just copying the same thumbnail every time.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
TikTok has a Wendigoon problem. Oh, I want to see if there's any new.
Deep breather.
Shut the fuck up. If there's any new comments. Me too.
What? I was nice.
God. That's dumb debate again. It's here to stay. It's not illegal in the US and a lot of other countries that value freedom of expression. Bush Jr. tried and the ban is quickly overturned by SCOTUS under the most low-level and simple judiciary scrutiny regarding the First Amendment rights. Japan tried to ban it under UN pressure, but the law was cock-blocked by the entire art industry, commercial and academic, end up getting a former manga author elected to the Diet to ensure nothing like it ever happens again. Like I said, it's here to stay. Complain all you want. It's not going anywhere. Deal with it. Yeah.
Have a good night, Junebug.
Alright, I think this is a pretty decent place to stop. We've been live long enough with this bullshit. Almost 3 hours.
This shit hurt my soul, Lemmy.
You're welcome.
You should feel bad for dragging me through this.
Feel bad? No. I don't feel bad.
Oh, is Burb streaming? I'll send everybody to Burb.
Honey, where's my PNG?
Burb do be my homie.
There we go. Alright, let me see who is live on the YouTube side. Longest 28 minutes of your life is fucking painful. It's see, who can I send you all to?
Why do you have a video there called "How Trolls Keeps Getting Better"?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you for the follow, Mint. Welcome to the puddle. I am sorry, but you are getting here as we're about to leave.
Oh, Minto Mello was in my chat the whole time.
Oh, so you got to see it. Good.
Yep, got to see the absolute fucking trauma that we all endured together as a family.
Well, I love you guys. We'll see you guys later. Don't forget, podcast on Thursday. We have a lot we can talk about, actually, if we want to go over some of it.
What exactly happened during the week? I don't know.
We've got Alara having a shit show. We've got Shondo having a shit show. We've got Twitch having a shit show.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Okay, so for YouTube, since nobody is live that I could send you guys over to besides Mizu, but you know, we're all ending. I will send you guys over to the pre-stream screen for Armchair Experts stream that's going to be happening at as early in the morning because, you know, he doesn't live in the land of freedom.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know anybody to send you to on YouTube. But Twitch people will go to my friend Intro Burb. Night all.
Let's see. Who's live on Twitch? Excuse me. You know what? I'll send you guys over to... Well, am I following Intro Burb as well? Fucking where's Intro Burb? Nope. Intro Burb. Oh, yep, there we go. Intro Burb. Alright. Yeah, we'll send you guys over to Intro Burb. Alright. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. And I'm not going to be live tomorrow, but Thursday's podcast. Friday is Berserk. And Saturday is Archcast. As usual. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. And I really appreciate all of the support and, you know, absolute fucking torment. Intro Burb. There we go. Alright. Alright. Night, night, everybody.
Night, Lumi.